about my troubles with the kitchen sink. I try my best to wash them down the drain, but I can see them rising up again. Over and over again. Every morning it's just the same. My head hurts, throbbing with this pain, as I'm hung over and over again. As I'm hung over and over again. I'm falling off that wagon, 'cause the road was a little rough. Feeling down, it's a drag, man, and I just can't seem to get enough. And I swore I'd never drink again, but then I saw her standing next to him. On my knees I fall into the ground. So adios, won't be seeing you around. Over and over again. Every morning it's just the same. My head hurts, throbbing with this pain, as I'm hung over and over again. As I'm hung over and over again.
Get ready, modelers. It's time for the one, the only ChadLee Show's After Hours RC Podcast. Your host, the outlaws of scale modeling and possibly model aviation all together, Chad Osmus and Lee Watkins.
I'm falling off that wagon, 'cause the road was a little rough. Feeling down, it's a drag, man, and I just can't seem to get enough. Hung over and over again. Every morning it's just the same. My head hurts, throbbing with this pain, as I'm hung over and over again. As I'm hung over and over again. As I'm hung over and over again.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm Chad here from the ChadLee Show,
And I'm Lee.
and we are set up in Toledo.
Yes.
At the expo.
Inside the show.
Inside the show, yes.
Unfortunately, the Klotz booth, they had to leave early, so we commandeered their booth.
Yeah.
You know, we don't discriminate. We just take whatever we can.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully they don't kick us out of here before we're done.
That's right. I haven't seen too many armed guards around here, so I think we're good for a little while.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Excellent, man.
So, and basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be... we got people looking at us.
There we go. Hey, there's Steve Eagle. We can get him on this thing.
Steve, you going to join us or what?
I've been over here.
You got to sit at a mic.
Yeah. There you go. Throw some headphones on and, yeah, whatever. Whichever one you want. All right. Welcome, Steve.
Hello, hello.
Oh, you got to get closer to the mic than that.
Hello.
Oh.
Act like it's your girlfriend, man. Just kiss that mic.
I'm a married man.
Well, you get closer to the girlfriend, though, right?
Don't tell her that.
All right.
So, Steve, you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Steve Eagle. I've been
Okay, see ya.
Talk to you later.
There you go.
I've been flying scale for about 10, 15 years. Love building and flying and enjoying the people I do it with is the main thing.
There you go.
Where are you located at?
Wabash, Indiana.
Excellent.
So
I see you're wearing a Wings for Kids shirt.
Yes.
Do you help run that show?
I participate in it every year, have been for the last 7 or 8 years. It's a good organization, good program. To date, don't quote me on exact figures, but I know the last time that I knew about it, it was like over $200,000 that they've been able to donate to the hospital down there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I know Doug Bailey, I think, is the guy that heads that up, right?
Right, I believe so.
I've talked to him a few times about coming down there.
If you're in the area, it's a good time.
Yep. Did you start the camera at all, Lee?
No, I haven't done any of that stuff yet.
Why would you start the camera?
Who wants to do that?
That's way overrated.
Have you ever listened to our show before?
On Facebook, I've seen it a couple times.
All right, so you've watched some of our videos, our how-to videos and stuff?
Yeah, sure
Now,
have.
you know that's different from the podcast, right?
No.
See, I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing at the Toledo show.
We watch it all the time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I see on Facebook, but that's it.
No, we'll get you. Yeah, we'll
take
get you
one of our
set up.
stickers there.
Yeah, I will.
Definitely. So what's the latest project you've been working on? I know it's pretty impressive.
I've just started a D7. I lost my Newport last year at the Nationals. The wind blew it downwind and motor died, and I didn't make it back.
No.
And I actually put it up in the attic. My wife wanted me to burn it in a pile, and I just couldn't bring myself to do that. It took me 7 years to build that airplane, and I just had a tear in my eye, and she's like, well, put it in the attic, get it out of the way,
There you go.
But I started at D7.
Okay.
I got all the wood out of the box, ready to start building it, and I looked at my building table. I was like, I better put a straight edge on that to make sure it's flat. I got a 1/4 inch belly in my building table, so I got to get that straight.
Wash in, wash out.
It's overrated to have a flat building table, man. Uh-oh, I see Linda.
There we go.
Here she
Attention.
comes.
Right over here.
We got a mic all set up for you, Linda.
Man. So what else have you been working on, Steve? I know was you working on a triplane there for a while?
Yeah, I've got a half-scale triplane that I've been playing with,
There you
and
go.
It's got a Bronson 280 twin on it. And the weather's finally gotten better around me enough now to hopefully I can get the motor up and running good.
Excellent.
And, the airplane's immaculate airplane. A guy in Wisconsin built it.
Who's that?
Guy by the name of Steve Powers.
I don't know him. Where's he at in Wisconsin?
Just south of, what's the big fly-in up there they have?
Fond du Lac?
No.
Oshkosh?
Oshkosh.
Oh,
Just south
well,
of Oshkosh.
You meant full scale.
Well, Fond du Lac's just south of Oshkosh, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Wisconsin is the best state.
His health.
There's more Indiana people here right now than there is Wisconsin people. Watch it, Chad.
That's right. They're all across the table from
There
me.
you go. There you go.
His health got to him, and he was unable to finish it. So I kind of took over the project and getting it real close, ready.
I've seen some of your pictures and stuff like that of it, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but let's let the lady talk.
Yeah.
Welcome, Linda.
Hi.
Linda Crooks.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
You got to kind of kiss the microphone there, though. Like it's your boyfriend.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
That's right. I
Is
just
that
turned
better?
her up.
Just
so.
crank her up.
Yeah, don't get me going.
So we have Linda here from the Warbird and Classic Alliance. A lot of events. They do how many? Like 6 events a year?
7 now.
Seven
yeah,
now,
we've
yeah.
added a new one this year.
Excellent.
Yeah, we've been doing this about 6 years. It was a way of getting Warbird and Classic events to coordinate and work together, and it's really taking off. Each one of the events has a different personality, so the pilots just start making the circuit, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Well, you guys added what, the bluegrass?
Yes.
Something or another.
Warbirds and Classics over the bluegrass.
All right.
Or no, wrong name. Of the bluegrass.
That's right. They haven't been around long enough for us to remember their name,
That's right.
Well, no, most of us are over something, and they're of the bluegrass. Because it's right on the
Well, they're way
Indiana-Kentucky
south.
line.
Yeah.
They're way south.
Yeah.
Do you go to those events, Steve?
Is that down at Rosewood?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That is a beautiful
Phenomenal site. And by being in southern Indiana, right on the Ohio River, we're hoping we can pull in people from the Kentucky, Tennessee, and southern Ohio, southern Illinois area that have not had a chance to experience one of our Warbird and Classic events.
And they're an experience, especially when Lee and I attend.
That's right.
We can make anything interesting.
You got that right.
Yeah,
It is a lot of fun.
That's why I'm the general. I keep you guys in line.
Lee helps Linda out a lot for the noontime shows.
Yep.
So you'll see Lee running around with like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I of the 7 events, I'm the air show boss of 3 of them for their noontime air show, and Lee is definitely my colonel.
And I will tell you, when Lee starts to irritate her, she just sends him out to do the Iwo Jima and never calls him back in.
Definitely.
You got it. Yeah.
I'll wave you guys back in. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll never live that one down. I did forget you that one year, but I've been really good since then,
Oh, definitely.
But it's just, we work together as a team, and it's not just you and I, but the pilots as well.
Definitely.
And it's fun.
It is. There's a lot of effort that goes into the shows. I mean,
There is.
I mean, some of the guys that just fly there think, this whatever, she's barking orders again, or Lee's asking for people to come out again or whatever. But without everybody, the show wouldn't be there. So.
Exactly.
So it's definitely a lot of fun and whatnot. So now you also run in.
I'm considered the event manager for Indiana Warbird campaign.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is the one over Labor Day, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's down at Muncie.
AMA National Headquarters, site number 4. We are celebrating our 15th anniversary this year, so we've been flying for 15 years under that name.
There you go. Oh man!
That's
there
rough.
we go. We got critics. Oh man! Here we go.
Oh, I just can't get away from them. Yes.
See you guys. But no, that's an achievement in itself. 15 years.
I have heard that last year at the Indiana Warbird campaign, they had the best presenter at the banquet dinner they've ever had.
Oh, well, I did get some feedback about that, and it was positive.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm good at what I do.
It was a good
Say.
one. This year we're teaming up with AMA on their Warbird Day, and what they do is they invite all the veterans in the Muncie area and central Indiana area to come in, and they just take care of them and let them fly and do a lot of cool stuff. And so they're going to have that during Indiana Warbird campaign this year. So we have decided this year we will be saluting our veterans even more than we've done in the past.
Now, and you guys also at the Indiana Warbird campaign one, they bring in seniors or something via bus?
Yes. Last year we reached out to senior centers and retirement facilities and things, and they actually were bringing their residents in by the buses, and that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I know I talked to a lot of them, and they're just stoked to see the airplanes. So.
Well,
it's good therapy.
They were of our generation. The airplanes that we're flying.
They see the real ones.
Exactly. They live through it. So when we're playing big band music in the background and things like this, they're getting into it.
Yeah.
I forgot to start recording, so can we start over? I'm kidding.
That picture is going on Facebook. The jaw dropped on that one.
You should be very happy. My mouth was open, but nothing was coming out.
Chad's got his fingers on the mute button real quick.
No. Yes, I can be a general when is necessary. The rest of the time, I try to be a lady. So you keep that in mind.
She's nice. She just tries to portray that mean side.
That's right.
She's got a couple people fooled, but not me.
I do.
Not us.
Her and her husband both are good people.
Oh yeah,
they are.
And for those of you guys that don't know, Linda Crooks and Dennis are with Robart and Zap, and they do a lot
I think
there.
they're married too.
Are they?
Well,
Oh.
either that or the brother and sister, and they share the last name.
Yeah. What?
No, let's
right.
let's get this straight right now.
They were actually high school sweethearts,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, I met Dennis when I was 15 years old. Yes.
Oh boy.
So
So Dennis must be a lot nicer than me because nobody that I met when I was 15 still talks to me.
Yeah, I hear you there.
we've been married 42 years now.
Nice.
And
fantastic.
have been 42 years in radio control airplanes.
Well, Dennis used to race, right?
Dennis is
Man, he's
I mean, he's done everything.
scale competition is his first love, and then from there we went on to giant scale racing. We did jets. Then we came back to his first love, which was scale. And now we started in with the Warbird events, and we like the discipline that flying in competition takes in order to go through designated maneuvers in front of a judge, and we like that arena, but we like it all. If it's got wings, we kind of like it.
definitely.
So I've been his caller since day one, and that's how the alliance, the Warbird and Classic Alliance, came about. Was I've been in the industry as long as Dennis, and I saw what I thought was something that might help, other shows if we band together, and now I'm involved too. And then Dennis is a partner at Robart and a partner at Cayman. So he's crossed the line from modeler into, in business with it. And it's...
And now he doesn't get to do what he loves anymore.
That's right.
He doesn't have time to work on Dennis airplanes. He's working on company airplanes.
But
all the
it's a
time.
whole nother satisfaction when you're developing airplanes and stuff like that.
Yes.
That people actually want.
Oh yeah, and there's no greater satisfaction and ego boost than when you see 100 people buying your design, your airplane.
Cayman imports the Top RC line, and they are coming out just constantly with new, wonderful airplanes.
Definitely.
And that's what's keeping Dennis so busy is making sure that Robart has the gear for all those airplanes, and then get out and flying it. What better way to advertise than to fly the product?
For sure.
Well, and they've got twice as many airplanes out this year.
They do.
Than they did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
I've seen their P-51s really fly nice. I haven't seen some of the others fly, but the P-51 is impressive.
The Zero. I've never really been a Zero fan until this one that Dennis has been flying now for 2 years. It's probably one of my favorite ones.
It's very forgiving too.
Oh my gosh, it's just a wonderful flying airplane. And then he put on onboard starter on it, so I don't have to hold it anymore. So,
Fantastic.
I said I want a starter on every airplane he's got.
That was his mistake right there.
I said Santa Claus will be good to you this year. You're getting a starter for everything.
There you go, definitely.
But the industry has been an important part of our lives for 42 years.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change a thing.
There you go.
Not a thing. It's wonderful people. Toledo we're all coming out of hibernation.
Yep.
So it's a chance to see everybody after, building all winter. And it's in my blood.
There you go. Yeah, this is basically the start of the season for us anyway. For me anyway.
Yeah.
It's definitely okay.
Well,
now we got to go.
It's to the
go
point
time.
that because of business obligations on both of our sides now, that there have been times Dennis has had to go one direction to a show, and I've had to go to a show where used to, if I didn't go to the show, I stayed at home. Well, now I'm off going to a show by myself, which my friends are going, "You're doing what?"
Well, I seen you more last year than I seen Dennis at the shows.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
So we're going to try to remedy that this year and try to actually go to shows together.
Well, you can Facebook each other or Messenger or whatever. Instagram.
can you grab me a cough drop out of that box, Lee?
Well, I want to thank ChadLee for inviting me to sit down.
Good. Get out of here. We need a spot for somebody else.
Get somebody that knows something. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, thanks for
Steve.
talking with us, Steve.
Yeah, let's see it in the field.
Yeah.
So Linda, go through and you got the dates and everything for all the shows by any chance, or am I throwing you under the bus right now? I know you. You're prepared. You are always.
She came here with a folder of information.
Well, hang on. Ronnie Coleman, which is sitting right next to us, will give us the dates for all the shows.
Yeah, because
At the next booth over.
Ronnie, can you grab us the dates?
I mean, I have a pretty good memory, but and of course the folder that I thought I was grabbing is not the one that I have.
Is that the divorce papers?
No.
I know them wouldn't be in existence.
Well, you know,
No.
just to fill some time, I'm going to talk about the top RC model right behind Linda.
There you go. The one that's in the NASA booth?
Yeah,
Oh,
that they're
yeah.
giving away.
Yeah.
That-
Well, kind of
that-
giving away.
Yeah, well,
You
it's
gotta buy a ticket.
Yeah, well, you buy a $5 ticket,
Oh, there's
you can
Mr.
win a plane.
Quisenberry just walking on by. Oh, all right.
Okay,
So-
now I'm ready, guys.
Oh, wait. Rephrase this. Hey, Linda, would you happen to have the dates for the Warbird Classic Alliance?
I just happen to have it
All
right
right.
here. Yes. Well, the first one is up in Michigan. It's Warbird and Classics over Michigan. It's at Grand Ledge.
That's a
And-
show opener. Or,
Yeah,
if you will.
And that is June the 7th through the 9th. Now, a little deviation here is the Warbird and Classic Alliance has started doing Warbird Warrior program, which has a really cool shirt each year, and then each show that you go to, you get an iron-on transfer. And at the end of the year, if you've attended like 6 or 7 of the 7 events, you're considered a Golden Warrior, and you get a plaque and a pin, and that
They are
program
cool.
is really taking off.
Yes, I've gotten a couple of them now, so
So-
I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah, at each one of the shows, I will be set up in the pit area to have the shirts available for any of the pilots and even spectators if they want a shirt.
Mr.
So-
Dave Darr.
You want to
Hold on.
sit down and join
Come on,
us?
Dave.
Put on some headphones.
I'll quickly run through the rest of the list, and then I'll turn you over to the next group. Our next show after Michigan is in Illinois, Northern Illinois. It's called Windy City Warbird and Classics. That's June the 21st through the 23rd. Then we go to Goshen, Indiana with Air Supremacy over Goshen, which is July the 12th through the 14th. On to Minnesota, Owatonna, Minnesota for Northern Alliance Military Fly-In. That's August the 9th through the 11th. Then we go to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin for Warbirds and Classics over the Midwest. That's August 16 through 18. Then on to my show, Indiana Warbird Campaign, August 30 through September 1st.
That's the best show, right?
Oh, well, no.
We don't
It
want to
is-
say that,
No.
but
Yeah.
you know, we know it.
I'm very proud of my show,
There you
but
go.
I mean, I'm equal with everyone else. And then we finish up the year with our new show, which is the Warbirds and Classics of the Bluegrass, which is in Rosewood, Indiana on September the 27th through the 29th. So, and at the last show, at the Bluegrass show, is where the Warbird Warrior pins and plaques will be awarded to all the pilots. And if you want the dates and a printout and a flyer, obviously here at Toledo you can pick them up, but you can go to the website, which is warbirdandclassics.com, and there's a link to every one of the shows. You can check them out. You can print out a flyer for yourself and add it to the schedule, and come by and say hi at each one of the shows.
Oh, definitely.
Fantastic.
We have a lot of fun at them, I'll tell you that.
there is rumors that one confirmed that the ChadLee show will be doing a podcast from the
live.
show at the Goshen one.
Yep.
We're talking with Windy City about doing one there with them, and I'm
others.
sure we can sucker Linda in if we
beg and plead,
you know.
and
We got some pull with her, seeing as you help her with the noontime show.
There you go.
It would suck if she had no help for the noontime show.
man. It's hard squeezing people in them uniforms.
We might want to stop talking
Yeah,
before we get ourselves in too much trouble.
I was told one time that you never think that you're irreplaceable because you will be replaced.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I hear ya.
Real quick.
No, thank you guys so much for the support,
you.
and good luck with these podcasts. I know that they're gaining in popularity, so congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. So take care.
Well, thanks for
you.
talking with us,
Definitely,
Linda.
definitely. Thanks, Linda. So, Mr. Dave Darr,
Oh boy.
You want to sit down?
you got to talk to that mic like you're making love to your girlfriend.
Oh boy.
So now we have Dave Darr, and Mike Chilson. Dave Darr. Holy cow.
Oh boy.
That just got really creepy.
Can I move?
You can move over this way, Dave.
Dave Darr, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dave Darr. I've been around the hobby all my life. I'm about 66 years old. I build model airplanes for a living, and it's all good.
It sounds like
And
he's
I've been
trying to get a date.
I've been trying to find this podcast and figure out how to make my phone get you guys on it, and I come to find out that it's not live. This is taped.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's okay.
We'll show you how to get it on.
Get me hooked up.
Awesome.
We'll do that.
My name's Mike Chilson, and I'm the #1 ChadLee After Hours RC podcast fan.
Yeah,
That's who
awesome.
I am.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I mean, we've hit the big leagues when we get Mike Chilson to listen to us.
Yeah, no kidding.
And for those
Usually
of
it's
you
the other way around.
who don't know, he's the RC scale builder guy.
Yeah.
That's right. I own RCScaleBuilder.com. And if you're into scale building, you need to be there,
Yeah.
right?
Which
We do.
we've been found out that we're going to try and work out with Mike Chilson
Yes.
to get on a podcast of his or on a show of his.
You know, I was thinking about something. I've got some ideas that we can do some things together and get you guys involved directly on the site.
Huh? That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Get a little few
Royalties.
Okay.
See, I'm starting to like Dave more and
Dave
more.
knows.
Hey, Dave, you got a permanent seat right here, buddy.
Don't tap the table, Lee.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You're killing me here as I'm trying to make the sounds all coordinated.
There you go.
So, just a quick question for you guys. There's this beautiful DX18 with this that's skinned and awesome on
Yes.
here. Is this for me?
Oh, you
no.
got to buy raffle tickets.
Okay, I can do that.
They're $300 a piece.
Okay.
You got to buy 10 minimum.
Yeah,
Wow.
How many you want?
that is a one of a kind.
It is.
I have to thank my buddy Allie Machinchi, Lee and I's buddy Allie, for that.
That is so
And
awesome.
we got to thank him that he didn't put the other print in.
Have you seen it yet before now?
This is the first
Oh,
one.
you need to pick it up
Yeah,
and check it out. It's
that bad.
it's dipped, so it's not like that thick vinyl, and it won't come off. It's beautiful.
Got a beautiful clear coat on it,
See
too.
this day.
Nice.
Check it out.
It's too rich for my blood.
Have you seen this? You know that Damon Dig Atwood guy? This is one of his engines.
that's the half scale.
The half scale
Lerone.
Lerone.
Wow.
I'm doing a review on that, so we figured we'd show some people that. That's actually 4 pieces right there
Yeah.
without any glue holding it together yet.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we-
I'm looking forward to getting that one going.
We do a lot of 3D printing with
Yeah.
PLA. That's what that appears
Yeah.
to be.
That's
that was
ABS.
Oh, it's ABS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it?
And then he does a acetone vapor bath thing or whatever.
Smooth it out.
Yeah, you can pull that top right off.
That's what she said.
You know.
Then you got slapped.
So
Nice.
That is nice.
Then
yeah, so
valve
he
rings.
sent us that so we can do a review because Lee and I are building the half scales.
Well, now the question is, can the monkey get it back together?
Well,
Okay, let me
Well,
see.
we
here.
got time.
Okay, there we go.
You'd think the guy who runs and owns RC Scale Builder would be able to put a simple cover on an
Yeah.
engine.
I mean, it was only 4 tabs, you know.
It's all about the illusion.
There you
right?
go. There you
Nice.
go.
Very nice.
So that's part of it anyways. The rest of it's in the motel room. There's about 1,000 pieces that go to that. It's a
Yeah.
kit in itself. So
That's awesome.
It's cool, though.
That's nice.
Definitely cool.
and we're doing the dinner tonight with
Right.
RC. Are you going to that, Dave?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, John Boyko. Anybody know John Boyko?
No,
Who
don't
does?
That actually
have-
wants to admit to it.
Who
I
does?
won't admit to it.
Okay.
I won't
Yeah,
admit.
John Boyko said that he has a ticket for me or something like
Yeah.
that.
So-
So I'm supposed to be.
I heard he's a liar, though.
He is.
Okay.
He is. He lies around a lot. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
usually he's on the floor.
Well, it's funny because I have nothing to make fun of John anymore because I used to make fun of him for the Zap stuff, but now I use
Yeah.
Zap only.
Yeah.
So
Uh-oh.
I think you should make fun of him for
Just
For
for
not
being
being
John.
on here.
for not being on here. There you go.
well, I
That's
saw
right.
him walking around. I was going
I
to
can
grab
call him
but-
if you want, but I don't have to.
It's funny when he's not here, we're talking about him.
That's right.
That's
Absolutely.
okay. If he's here, I'll talk about him. He's all right.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Yeah, he's
John's a
all
great
right.
guy.
So I'm surprised nobody said anything about my purple headphones yet.
We're being politically
Well,
correct
yeah.
and being nice to you.
You know,
Yeah,
I just assumed the show was all about diversity. You know,
I did help hook Allie up with that pink D7.
well, there
Yes,
you
you
go.
did.
The what did we call it? The Gay Pride D7.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, he had it up in front of. They were doing
He
a
did a
walk
banner.
or something. He had a banner behind it.
Oh,
it was
boy.
great.
It was fantastic.
I got to get a picture of your headset so I can show people this.
There you go.
So are you selling T-shirts or
Yeah,
are those
we
just the
have some-
sweaty ones that you wore yesterday?
We're selling some. We plan on giving some away. You can win some at Mike Chilson's dinner, the RC Skill Builder dinner. We're going to give a couple away there.
Oh,
no.
Steve
You want to
Thomas.
join in or what?
No, tell him no.
Come on. I'm going to let Steve take my place.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Thanks for being on,
Appreciate
Mike.
it,
Talk to you
We'll
again.
talk to you soon.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you much.
Hope to see you tonight.
So, Dave, what else you been doing here lately as far as scale stuff?
I'm building a Skygate 1/3 scale BAE Hawk.
You showed me some pictures of that earlier today.
Yeah, man. I mean to tell you, it is huge.
You need some air in that thing, I heard.
Yeah, the poor guys at Robart, they're tooling up to make me more air canisters. I bought all they had.
There you go. There you go.
So we have a new guest now,
Yes.
Steve Thomas from Falcon Props.
Hi, Steve.
It's a shame that Steve came and not his wife, because you know.
Hey, I'll go and send her back if you want.
That'd be fine.
Yeah,
There
Does
you
she
go.
talk like you?
Yeah, you'll all think you've gone deaf after a while. Don't worry.
Oh,
I just wanted to say that be sure and ask Steve about sheep, okay?
Sheep?
sheep?
Steve, what about sheep,
Sheep.
buddy?
A long-standing joke with Mr. Chilson. It's, what do you call a Welshman with 100 lovers? A shepherd.
Oh,
That's
Oh, boy.
fantastic.
that's awesome.
Oh boy, can I stand on the table?
You wanna
Feels
talk
a
a
little
little bit
filthy.
about your business and Falcon and all that stuff?
Yeah. I mean, we're here at Toledo again, getting great results. We've brought the Falcon and Zoar propellers with us that we do very well with. So the success continues. We expand the range all the time. We always get great support from the people that attend the shows here. So a personal thanks to everybody who supports us. And the product continues to go from strength to strength. You know, it's a tough business like everything else, and in the warehouse now we probably keep over 30,000 propellers
Gee,
in
that's enough
stock.
for you for 1 year.
Oh,
You know,
I've been there, man. It's
I know it.
fantastic.
I've seen it.
Yeah. You know, and we still haven't got everything that people want, but there's definitely at this show a bit of a change this year, which I think is a good one, in the fact that we've literally sold out of all the 3-bladed scale propellers and the 2-bladed scale propellers, the World War II ones.
Really?
So those, I mean, every year, you know, it's hard to judge what to bring, but this year that has absolutely dominated the sales. You know, we thought we brought enough, but we actually sold out very first thing this morning.
That's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not. But it just shows you, you know, how the hobby is changing again. I mean, it's like, you know, years ago, we couldn't give a 3-bladed prop away.
Yeah.
We just couldn't. And now, you know, the demand is incredibly high for them.
Now,
Well, they're beautiful props. I have one.
They are.
Yeah.
One question that was brought up to me and Chad earlier today.
Yeah.
Do you guys do any custom props, or can you get custom props made?
Yeah, we do a huge amount of custom work.
All
Huge
right.
amount. I mean,
What-
mainly in the, you know, UAV, industrial, military side. But all that, you know, the benefit of that is that, you know, we do it all, and then we can bring it back into the hobby business.
Okay.
So the answer is yes, significant amount.
Okay. We got
Well,
somebody
and-
that's building a Sea Fury and was needing to get a 5-bladed prop.
Yeah. Once again, we can do it. It's like everything else, to do everything just as a one-off. You
Just
know,
throw money at it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and people do, but you know, we just try to do it as cost effectively as we can.
Exactly.
But you know, what we're doing now is we have in stock props up to 44 inches in most sizes. and we extend it out to about 65 inches. So it's incredible how over the last 2 years the size of the propellers has increased significantly.
Well, and the next thing about them is they're scale propellers, but they still fly the planes really nice.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, no, the efficiency of them. I mean, we do rigorous testing, both on the ground. We simulate altitude, we calculate all the dB values for noise profiles. Huge amount of effort goes into the design, development and the testing of the product, but that's the reason why it's so successful, and as long as people select the right size propeller for the application, and I think that's the other really positive thing. Years ago people would want a 20-inch propeller for like a Zoar 62. Now they understand that RPM isn't power and all the rest of it, and now they'll ask for like a 2310, which is exactly the right size propeller for it. So I think we've done a lot just to help educate the market a bit, so and it helps at the flying sites because the noise profile's down as well.
Well, not only that, but people can contact you with an engine and say, I have a DA 100, this is what plane it's going in, what prop do you recommend? And you sell enough props, you know what to use.
Well, we do, and then if you go to any of the websites, either Just Model Props or Falcon Propellers or the Bob's Hobby Centre site, on the back of the website we've got the prop chart, which is the Bible, and we regularly get feedback and we improve the statistics on that chart, and it's incredibly accurate, and it's becoming the Bible in the industry now for prop charts.
And now, along with the props too, you have the largest supply of Balsa USA kits on hand in the United States outside of Balsa USA, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've got a great relationship with Balsa USA, and we house every single one of the kits in our Florida warehouse. So, if people are looking for one of those products, then they're available direct from the warehouse. And we're just outside of Orlando, Florida, so we're easy to get to.
Yeah, great place to just to see some of the stuff. He's got engines and mufflers, and it's like the good old hobby store that you used to know, so.
Yeah. It's incredible what we've got in that store, and we're very well known now for, if people want that, thing that's hard to find, they normally give Steve a call and somehow we find it for them. And it's the bit I enjoy, So, it's good.
Excellent.
That's good.
Yeah. What's your number one selling prop of all times?
Oh, well, in the carbon side, it'll probably be the 2711 for the Desert Aircraft 120 engine.
Okay.
From a Warbird point of view, probably the 2310, still for the Zoar 62.
Okay.
And then on a 3-bladed prop, once again for the Zoar 62, the 21x10 is now the prop of choice. Yeah. So great to see you guys here, and thanks for spending some time with me, and we'll catch you later.
Well, thanks for talking with us.
Definitely.
You're welcome.
And if you want to send Julie, by all means.
Hey, I will do. I'll send her over.
All right.
Yeah. It'll save me going deaf over there. So,
All right, thanks again, Steve.
Hey, don't forget, if I send her over there, you're not going to get a word in edgeways. Yeah.
Well, it gives us a chance to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll be able to go for a long time. So I'll send you over.
All right. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good luck, guys.
Yep.
Well, guys, I'm going to go.
All right. Well,
I
Dave,
appreciate
before you run out, who else are you affiliated with?
Who?
Yes. Or what companies or whatever?
I actually do all the building for iFly Tailies, and we produce scale accessories for model airplanes, and we offer them in a couple of different varieties as a kit form or ready to install. And the ready to install stuff is where I come in. So, and it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter what your dream is, we can make it.
There you go.
We have
My dream is to have the lead disappear sometimes.
We can do that.
This is fantastic.
We can do that.
I'm liking it already.
We have
It's going to cost you, though.
we have a variety of 3D printers. We print in resin. We print in PLA. We print in ABS. We also have CNC
this is
routers.
for John Howard. Do you guys print in any PET-G?
I'm sorry?
Do you guys print in any PET-G
No.
material? Okay.
No.
You don't like the PET-G material?
Can you just call it Pet G? That's all we need, really.
Yes.
I can call it PET-G.
There we
Excellent. See. All right, continue.
But we really enjoy fulfilling dreams. And people they'll send us a description or even an aircraft, and we'll design a complete interior.
Yeah.
And that could be from a Citabra to the Tomahawk F-86 Saberjet, of which I've done at least 4 tubs for. And
Now,
they're a massive
If
build.
I'm not mistaken, I-Fi Tailies is the one who supplied John Boyko with his Mustang.
That is correct.
Yep.
Yes.
And
That is
I don't
correct.
know and if any of our listeners follows John Boyko, but check that out. He's
Yes.
doing the top RC Mustang and detailing the heck out. It's
Yes.
freaking awesome.
Yeah, and we also are the importer for Unilite, so we sell a lot of Unilite, and it's very popular. And as I said, if somebody wants something, all they have to tell us is what do they want, and we can write the CAD and produce the product no matter what. I've actually done Samsonite luggage.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter what the customer wants. If they want their dog on the back seat of their airplane,
They're going to get it.
Now,
They're
what
gonna
does
get it.
what does something like that cost? Rough idea.
well, it really all depends on if it's a resellable item for us. You know, I mean, if it's something that we know that, for example, I worked with Allie at Horizon on a panel for,
Oh, he muted it.
for their
That's just my mic.
Oh, okay.
for their ASW21, their sailplane.
Okay.
Well, because we know that Horizon's going to sell
Buku.
hundreds, if not thousands, of that product. Well, then that allows us to not just do a one-off, but now we can foresee that we can lower the price. So we can lower the price to $60 for a scale instrument panel for a sailplane,
Yeah.
because we know we're going to sell thousands of them.
There you go.
And we did.
There you go.
So now that airplane is discontinued. Before that, they made a Blannick, and we did the interiors for the Blannicks. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. That the wheel's already being invented. So all we need to do is make accessories for the models that are out here.
yes.
And if it's something that they're doing a one-off, then obviously that product is going to cost a little bit more money.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
but
And-
there may only be one in the world.
Yes.
So
And when you build something like that, you expect that you are going to pay a little more.
Oh, absolutely.
For that
Yeah.
one-time
Absolutely.
thing.
Actually, at the level of the stuff that we do, we rarely get people that question the price.
Yes.
You know, they realize that, you know, what they're asking for is not available
normal.
anywhere, and they want us to take that project on, and we do. We take it on, and we manufacture it for them, and then we move on. We move to the next.
Sure.
Well, you guys made the interior for Eric Granger's Tri-Pacer also, right?
That is
that
correct.
half scale one, and
That's correct.
that was freaking amazing.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
that was
correct.
They do beautiful work, guys. You know, check them out, definitely.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, and thanks for inviting me to sit down.
Definitely.
I had a blast.
Excellent,
Yeah.
Dave.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
helping
very
us
much.
out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right. I guess it's down to just you and I now. Lee.
Oh, it is. It is.
We got who's this guy?
We got a sucker.
Chris,
Get in here, Chris.
sit down, buddy.
Get in here, buddy.
How do I get on the radio?
You sit your butt right here and throw them headphones on right there.
Do you have a Effenheimer filter?
Yes, we do.
You do.
Yeah. It's called Play.
Yeah.
It's called what?
Play.
Nice.
All right. So
right.
now we have Chris from Dynamic Balsa.
There you
No,
go.
actually, I'm from Minnesota. I'm helping.
That's a weird
Dynamic.
company.
Yeah.
Well,
but
either way, you can say information about Dynamic Balsa, right?
He's affiliated with them.
I
He ate dinner with
probably
them.
Brian probably wouldn't appreciate it.
That's all right.
Is
Brian might not
Brian
listen.
here?
Yeah.
That's a great point.
There we go.
I
Plausible
won't be-
deniability.
I mean, we have dynamic balsa on our
Yeah,
shirt,
yeah,
so
we're
we can
good.
say
We're
whatever
good.
we want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
If he wants to say something about it, he can just walk his butt right on down here and say something.
Well, he doesn't know I'm here, so.
Oh,
That's right.
there
all right.
you go.
No.
So you want to talk a little bit about yourself? Tell everybody about you,
No.
your pros and cons, what type of women you like. You know, we're trying to hook you up.
Wow. I like the one I like the one I got.
She ain't gonna listen to this. You can tell the truth or lie.
I tell you what. I'm the luckiest guy on earth. I can tell you that right now. And
Is
I'm
she
not
really gonna listen to this?
I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm telling you
There
that.
you
I
go.
tell my wife that all the time too.
Yeah.
I've never. the problem is I've never told my wife
Yeah,
that.
see, that's the key.
I
there
probably
you go.
should.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because she ain't gonna hear this one.
Well, yeah, that's cool.
Unless you play it for her.
Yeah.
Strategically.
All right. That sounds good.
So what type of planes do you build?
Well, at this point, I have a Sky Raider. It's a Rolly Sky Raider. I have a triplane, the quarter scale triplane, which I beat.
Then he rings the
Is that
heck out of it.
as a rolly one also, or is that the balsa you say?
That's balsa.
Balsa
And
you say?
I beat the tar out of that.
Yes, he does.
And it's just a lot of fun. I might put FPV on that or do something weird with it. But just the majority of my airplanes that I have like for instance, I used to work at Lockheed Martin, and a friend of mine there built this Zoroli Sky Raider, and at the time he had a friend that a colleague we both worked at Lockheed with, and his brother was a pilot in Vietnam and went down in Vietnam in a Sky Raider. Well, he asked his brother, I'm going to model your brother's airplane. Well, they had a website for his brother, and his brother, the guy's brother said, yeah, go ahead. You know, that,
Ow.
yeah, that did hurt. That's okay. So they ended up modeling this airplane, and I didn't know it. I ran into Larry. He's a great builder. I said, I'd like to have this airplane. Well, you know, and I got it at an auction that he brought it and sold it, and I got it. About 6 months later, he goes in and he's having a little work done at the hospital. He's getting older, you know. And I said, let's go to lunch, whatever. He brings me all this information from the website of why he built the airplane, how he built the airplane, why he built it, the color he did, and I'm stunned.
Yeah.
There's a website with this airplane on it, and I didn't know that when I bought it. Completely worth it. Airplane flies ridiculously well, and third flight I ever had on it, the elevator servo fell out of it, and I had no elevator control. I was at Owatonna. There's a couple guys there. One of them was flying. I asked him to land so I could get this thing in, and I don't know if you've flown a Sky Raider before, but the down trim on a Sky Raider allows you, if that, so this, I found this out too, if the the elevator servo falls out, the trim goes to zero, and you can fly that. I flew that airplane for another 10 minutes without elevator control, because all it wanted to do was climb until I throttled back. Well,
Throttle's elevator.
That's right. That's right. So I was very lucky. I landed the airplane. I tried gear down. I tried flaps down. None of that led to more stability. So I put all that back up, and I brought it in. The third time I brought it in, hit the ground, and I broke a flap hinge.
Wow. That's impressive.
Unbelievably lucky. And, you know, that's the good stuff.
Yes.
So I fixed it. This airplane flies great still. And I had lunch with Larry again and told him that story, and almost made a bag of sticks out of your airplane, Larry. Sorry.
There you go.
But so we, you know, did a couple things, rebalanced the prop, did all kinds of happy horseshit like that, and you know, now I check the servos
regularly,
a lot more than I used to.
Like
but,
once a year now.
It was once a flight for a while there after that had
sure.
happened. But so
well, that's a scary thing when you lose a flight surface and
very
you still get the airplane back. That's tough.
Yeah.
Airplane.
No. People walked over to that airplane, and when the day I did that, I'm just shaking. It was shaking my head.
Oh, definitely.
It was incredible. So.
Well, what's cool about that, you actually ended up with the story, and 9 times out of 10, the scale planes that you see, there's a backstory behind every single airplane that's built.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Selling airplanes. I mean, a lot of 9 times out of 10 was, I want to buy this because I remember when I was a kid, or I remember my dad, or stuff like that. So.
Yep.
Or we do airplanes because of an uncle or a grandfather or something like that. So
I have a story like that too. My dad worked for Northwest Airlines in Minneapolis for 40 years, and many times I was way younger than I should have been when he was telling me we'd sit on Post Road in Minneapolis. That's the road right next to the runway.
Okay.
29 left or whatever they were using that day, and airplanes would go by. He'd tell me, that's a DC-10. I'm very, very young, learning all of these things that I had no idea about. He's telling me things about the engines, and I've ridden. My dad went to Tokyo, Japan, because they had an airplane that was broken, and he flew back on it. So they went there, fixed it, and he flew back on it.
Wow.
And I've flown on, gone to Hawaii with him, and we're looking out the window at the engines, and he's like, yeah. And you look at me, and yeah, number 3 is vibrating a little, and I go, oh my God, really? He said no. My dad always did things like that, so it's funny.
Nice.
He's a funny guy. So
there you go. That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome. Now, how many of I know we just had Linda on here earlier. How many of the Warbird and Classic Alliance events do you go to a year?
Oh man, last year I went to Owatonna, obviously, because that's in town.
That's your hometown field.
Correct. I went to Fond du Lac, and I think that was the only 2 from the set. Unfortunately, I don't get around as much as Jeff and Opie and Phil from Owatonna get around. But
that's because they're dedicated.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not quitters.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nobody likes a quitter.
And I apparently am not in that realm. But I've made it to a couple, and I'm really living on the coattails of these guys. They help me a ton. I try to help them, but they're so dedicated to doing their own thing that if I help them too much, it probably ruin things. But.
Well, Minnesota, more specifically the Owatonna group, is known for their flying style.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, tell me about this. I'd love to hear this.
You have the Minnesota approach. For landing. Okay. It's where you start 1,000 feet in the air and you dive for the runway.
Yeah, at the numbers.
Are we
pull up at the last minute?
Are we talking about Cal?
No, any of them.
Pretty much any of them.
Quisenberry was one of them. That was my first introduction to Minnesota approach, was Quisenberry.
I could see that.
I mean, at least you don't have to worry about stalling on approach.
That's true. that is very true. I don't know. I thought Quisenberry, full flaps, get it dirty, and come in at 3/4 throttle and let the flaps do the work to get it on the ground. I didn't know that. That's any other interesting tidbits about Minnesota pilots? Anything else that's?
Well, it's Minnesota. Yeah. It's not Wisconsin, so everybody in Minnesota sucks.
Oh, all right. That sounds good.
No, I have a great time when I'm up there at Owatonna playing with you guys. It's a blast.
I'm going to see if I can't make fun of every state on this show.
There you go.
Today.
Right.
That's my
Except
goal now.
Mississippi. Mississippi don't listen to us, so it don't really matter.
Did you know that Mississippi doesn't listen to us? We have never had a download in Mississippi. The only state in the United States that hasn't downloaded the podcast yet is Mississippi.
Well, are you doing some marketing in that area to try and?
It's Mississippi. Do we care?
Are you going to any flying events in Mississippi?
No. Do they have any?
I don't know. Well, like I said, I have trouble getting to Fond du Lac. That's the biggest radius I get away from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's only like 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
Well, the way the Minnesota guys drive, that's like a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah. Well,
also, I know Minnesota boys, they hit a lot of deer when they're at events.
Ooh, who did
really?
that?
I don't know this story.
Didn't Queensberry hit a deer last year leaving Michigan?
He might have.
Well, as soon as he's done with the booth, he said he was going to come over.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
That'll work.
Is he still over there?
He's still over there.
He's right behind you almost.
There you go, kind of.
And standing next to Chuck.
Yep.
We'll get him.
There you go.
We'll get him over here.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
So we can talk about the Minnesota approach again.
The Minnesota approach. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to enjoy talking about that. He might
We
be a
don't
little
care.
chippy. And I understand that too. So
There you go.
that sounds good.
So what else you've been working on here lately? Anything in
I
pipeline?
have a yellow P47 I'm working on. I just like everybody else. I got a lot of stuff at the house, and whatever
Kinda
comes
pick and
up.
choose.
Yeah. I don't build. I have a Corsair too, a Royal Corsair, which is a royal pain in the ass to build, and it was one that Jeff had an issue with a couple years earlier, and I brought it home, and he gave me the gear and what was left of it, and I rebuilt the fuselage enough so I could set it aside. But I'm gonna try to get that done too. It's kind of my limit for size of airplane. So
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what the Zeroli Skyraider wingspan is, but
It's 100 inch.
yeah, that's kind of my limit.
Yeah.
My trailer is that big, and so I kind of don't go any bigger than that. So
Have you seen the crap that I've stuffed in my little minivan?
Man.
I have. Some of us have better Tetris abilities than others.
Well, and
to
some
get
of
from
us,
show to show.
if you've ever looked at Lee's airplanes, some of us like to take better care of them too and not cram them all into a minivan.
Well,
That'd
is what it is.
that'd be a great question of how how much hanger rash do you get from your hangar or your vehicle or flying. That would be a good question to post on a website of, hey, where's the damage come from in your...
I love the trailer. Since I got my trailer and I leave all my planes in my trailer, my damage to airplanes has gone way down because I would break them way more pulling them in and out of the vehicle and taking them in and out of the house, you know?
do.
Yep. And sometimes, when you're... I remember being a youngster in this, hobby, and people would show up with the weirdest setup for, they'd get to the field, they'd pull a 4x8 sheet of plywood out of the back of their truck, and then the legs would flop down, and they'd have a table there. And it's like, well, man, why do the people go to the lengths they do to build out their vehicle or do whatever? And you find out that, when you snap 3 or 4 things in half, taking it in and out of your car,
That'd be a better way.
This is an issue, and so that's always interesting. So
Yeah, I mean, just walking around some of the flying sites and stuff and seeing people's layouts and trailers and vehicles and how they get stuff there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost another hobby in itself.
Sure. Yeah. So the going thing at Otana now is apparently to buy a shed and have somebody show up and put it up.
I heard that.
And now you have
a
a what do they call it? A tiny house. I suppose that's not on wheels, but close enough.
It almost kind of looks like a trailer park.
If it starts raining, I'm going over to Jeff and asking him if I can
camp out for a little bit.
That's a great thing. So,
I mean that is a bonus. I mean, one of the flying sites that I had helped start, the farmer was actually a hog farmer.
Yeah.
And he had retired and got rid of all that stuff, but he had a long barn, and for a number of years I kept my airplanes right there. It was under protection and whatnot, so we just had to cover them up so the birds didn't crap all over them. But that was about it.
Sure.
It was fun. So.
Okay. Well, cool. Are we going to get Jeff over here or not? Is he going to?
I see he just walked by again and said he was going to come. I don't know.
He threw his nose up.
Now he's gone. Did he? He didn't see me here, did he?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He pointed at you.
Trouble.
Are you supposed to be working right now or something?
Now, what'd you tell me about Jeff yesterday that I was supposed to do that I forgot to do?
Oh, no, you did it.
All right, okay. As an insider there, so.
Yeah, no, that's...
But no, we have a lot of fun with these guys and stuff like that, so. What do you think of the Toledo show this year?
Oh, it's good. I love coming here. I get knick-knacky stuff that I...
Where'd you get the carbon from?
There's a guy up in the northeast corner. He's in row K, all the way on the right if you're going north. And rabidmodels.com. He sells foam, like blue foam kits and glue. some carbon to put in a foam airplane so you don't fold the spar. So he had a size of carbon rod that I needed, which I've never found at the show before. So they had 7mm carbon tubing.
Nice.
Which I'm like, oh man, the unicorn of the show. I've been looking for years for this, and never found it. And
There
he
you
had
go.
It, so
That's why you need to come to the expo.
Yep. Well, I mean, this show for us, and there's been a group of us that have come here for years, over 10 probably, and it's really the people that are here. It's always great to come here, and regardless what's at the show to sell or buy, it's always people that bring you in. That's what it's about, regardless. So
it's kind of like a big family reunion at times, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like the summer events too. I mean,
Every night here, you're breaking bread with somebody.
That's right.
That's the good stuff.
That's right. So, yeah, the show's kind of an add-on bonus, you know.
Yep. Yeah, we drive overnight on Thursday to get here every year, and it's kind of a hell of a price to pay when you lose a night of sleep in the middle and just try to make it through the show, but we do it every year, so it must be worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
So we continue to do it. So
well, I mean, some of the stuff that you see on some of the display tables too is pretty unique stuff, and the craftsmanship that you see going into some of this stuff is pretty cool.
Yep.
I was getting a little nervous yesterday looking because there wasn't hardly anything on the display tables.
Yeah, yesterday was really slow.
Yeah,
it was a little
for
light.
a Friday.
Normally, Friday was a big day that everybody was banging the doors down to get in here, and this year it was pretty light to begin to start off with. So
I'm not sure that biplane that's over there that's fantastic, and that racing airplane there, that Bugatti thing is very
the Bugatti's really cool.
There's a guy that just passed away that was flying a real one of those, a replica they made.
Oh yeah,
really?
You should look into that. It's a fantastic story until he crashed it. But they were doing good work there.
Yeah, it definitely is a cool looking airplane though.
Yeah,
there's definitely a few of them here. So
yep.
So
I don't know. I like Thomas's.
Yeah, the Albatross.
Yeah.
OPEG. Yeah, he did a beautiful job on that thing. That was awesome.
So, but I don't know. I'm trying to see people as they walk by to try and flag them down, but
there you go.
All of a sudden, it seems like nobody's walking by anymore.
Yeah,
Apparently, Jeff is going to be too good to be on the show.
Yeah, no kidding.
What did he say? He had to fix an airplane or something?
I had to take Obi to the airport or something like that. Some BS story like that.
All right,
they're probably out at the bar or something already.
I'm gonna cut out. I'm gonna go get him.
Oh, you're going to go bar too?
Not yet.
Oh,
it's not time to break
you
bread
guys
yet.
Are you guys going to the RC Scale Builder dinner?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Forget I said anything.
Yeah.
Sounds
You probably weren't invited.
Probably not. I'm from Minnesota. It sucks there.
did you get a ticket?
No.
All right.
Oh, what? Driving down?
I don't know. Did you get one of them too?
Is there another side story to this?
No.
Okay.
No. We didn't meet any fine police officers on the way down, so
that's fine.
It's good.
I guess Lee's just going to take off. He tries to do it quietly. I didn't even turn off his mic or nothing. He just hops up and goes.
Is he doing the pee-pee dance or what?
No, I think he's going to go get B&B to come over here.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got some people. We're trying to spread them out,
Okay. That's cool.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah,
I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. Good talking to you guys.
Yep.
We'll
enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks a lot.
All right, bye.
Hey, George, would you like a cheeseburger? Nope.
Yeah, George, you want a cheeseburger?
No, I'm happy the way it is. We put everything on it for you. Yeah, you did. Great sandwich. I think this one's dead now.
Yeah, I shut you off when you left.
Well, how about now?
Hey, there we go. We got Lee back.
Yeah, we just got to slide him right there. Get him up in there.
There we go. I can turn him up a little bit, too, if I need to.
Everybody from B&B is looking through the curtain now.
That's right.
Nobody's watching the table now. They're all watching back here.
So we have... I'm going to die.
We got Denny Lamont here from B&B Specialties. So introduce yourself, Denny, and tell us about what you got here.
Well, B&B has been in the large-scale market for probably 38 years now, supplying specialty items to the modeler that's flying the large gas engine airplanes today. So that's been our niche. We're one of the few vendor manufacturers that have stayed just in that niche, and we supply some unique products that really have no competition out there. Thank goodness that if they need a particular item, we're the people they have to come to.
There you go. You guys got some fantastic stuff. I know I use a lot of your stuff in my personal airplanes.
Oh yeah.
So one in particular that I love is the fuel tanks.
Yes, that's been an item for quite some time, and we do manufacture all the fittings for that tank, and it is a pharmaceutical bottle that the manufacturer has a patent on that cap. And so it's been well received. It's easy to work with. You can open it up, change your filter, change your line, rather than trying to shove that stuff through a little hole and everything.
Yeah. Definitely. I know I enjoy it quite a bit.
That's actually, I've got 2 of the 64-ounce ones for my half scale.
Yeah.
One smoke, one.
There you go.
So I'm going to have, I did 32 ounces on the third scale.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put 64 on the half scale. I'll be able to go 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. Why fill up more than once,
That's right.
Yeah.
So.
But we've continued to manufacture most of our key items that were started by the Bennetts all those years ago, and most of the things that were designed by Cliff Bennett,
Yes.
who got into modeling in the 40s, and even to the point where he was making his own servos before servos were out on the market.
Nice.
And so anytime Cliff needed kind of something special, he went in the shop and made it.
Hey,
and
he's taking stuff from our table.
That's Denny's. Give it back to him.
And so this is the way a lot of these products developed, were things that Cliff said, hey, I need this type of thing to support my landing gear. Well, one person saw it, another person saw it, and said, hey, would you make one for me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how a lot of these products definitely got started.
That's good. You guys have a lot of the little fuel things, you know what I'm talking about?
Right,
for
fuselage fittings and that type of thing.
And those things are amazing. I love them because they're clean, they're easy to use.
Right.
And you don't have that piece of fuel tubing sticking out the bottom of your airplane for the vent and stuff like that.
Right. Makes a nice clean application. When you're done flying, you put the cap on and seal it up. There's no smell of gasoline in the car or taking it home in your garage.
One thing I do have to note is if you cap the vent and all that stuff, make sure that you crack it a little bit if it's going to be sitting in your trailer and heating up, because I had a tank explode because they seal that well.
Right.
And I sealed it all up and it expanded and I got a crack in it. So.
Yeah, when it gets that warm and everything.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Lee, you don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah, I do.
You just
Tanks exploding.
You just sat back down.
Tanks exploding and due to the heat and everything. I hear all this stuff. What other products you got as far as engine wise? What do you supply?
Well, we're still marketing the Zenoa engine as an engine. We do Zenoa and Quadra repair. There's a lot of Quadras, thousands of them that are still out there flying. Every now and then they need some work on them, carburation type work, or they've been a crank or something. And so we do a lot of engine work for both of those brands. And as well as we've done some tune-up work for some other brands, just involving where it's carburation only.
Okay.
We don't get into the crankszafts or anything because we don't have the parts available to back it up, that type of thing. So those are the two, Zenoa is our basic engine line that we do.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Quadra is no longer manufacturing.
Right, they've been out of business for quite some time. The last of the Quadras were the US 41s, which are the Quadra 42s, and they were being marketed through Tower Hobbies at the time and that type of thing.
I've got one of those if you want it.
Yeah, good engine.
Yeah.
Really a good engine, rock solid.
Yeah,
that was in that Pitts that I got.
There you go.
Was the US 41.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to ask Denny about that other engine you got that people were saying were junk.
Yeah, Evra. Have you heard of them?
I have heard of it.
Evra. It's a Evra 180 or 190 or something like that is what I have.
Goes way back.
Yeah. So that was in a PT19 that I got.
Yeah.
There you go. So.
But we do manufacture mufflers for all the current versions, the DLEs, the Quadras, the Zenoas, Sacs, and we will custom manufacture a muffler if somebody needs one.
There you go.
As long as we get the specs and everything. Many times I have the specs already in the shop because at one time we've made one. But otherwise we can custom make a muffler.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now there's a term around the Midwest here. I know everybody kind of knows it. It's called Bennett built.
Right.
As far as engines, what does that mean?
Well, what we do is we take the stock Zenoa engine and we turn it into what we call the BG engine, which is the Bennett Zenoa. We put our throttle linkage on, we put our cup mount on, we put our muffler on, and then also if somebody wants a spring starter at that time, we mount the spring starter. So we can send the package out ready to go, just bolt it to your firewall, and you're off and running.
And you're done.
Right.
Up and running. Cool.
Right.
I mean, that's nice convenience, so you don't have to piece it all together yourself.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
whatnot. So, and it's a package deal then. Boom, you're done.
Yeah, because if they buy engines someplace else and they're calling us, which we don't mind, but they want the mount, they want the throttle linkage, they need all these other parts to make it a complete application for a model airplane use.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So how does anybody from our show find you?
Well, definitely on the web. Our website is bennettbuilt.com. Okay. And or if they put in B&B, I know it comes up Bennett Built also.
Yes.
So they can find us on the web, and we list most of our products on the website. There's some engine specialty products and stuff that they need to call and ask me about, some Quadra parts and stuff like that, and which they do. And so if there's something special, just give us a phone call, and
excellent,
and we'll try to help them out.
And I know you got like diaphragm kits for the Zenoas, for the carburetors and stuff like that, which I know here lately seems like a big stretch of them going out. So.
Right, and we're now doing laser cutting on all of our muffler gaskets and all of our gaskets for both sides of the insulator block.
Okay.
So we're laser cutting all those DLEs, what have you, Sacs.
Excellent.
We're doing all those to be able to supply them.
Okay.
Yep.
Just gonna throw this out here. What kind of gasoline do you recommend for your guys' engines?
Well, I just buy what's at the pump, fellas. I mean, and I use Lawn Boy oil 32 to 1.
Okay.
Now, I talk to a lot of guys in different parts of the country, and a lot of it depends on how their gasoline is processed to the performance of the gasoline. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And, I know guys that use Coleman oil, Coleman fuel to fly. Yeah. They like that. There's no smell of gas or anything. But the guys out west and everything, because they're at a higher altitude, they've got to tune their engines a little bit differently, and the amount of additives that's been added into that gasoline.
Okay.
So, I mean, they'll say, what do you do? And I'll say, hey, I just buy the regular at the pump. I burn Lawn Boy oil, and I really don't have any problems here in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your biggest service work that you do as far as engine wise goes?
I would say carburation.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Guys will buy a carburetor kit, and sometimes just putting in new diaphragms and everything isn't the total answer.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of orifices and stuff in a carburetor that's really sometimes very hard to clean.
Yes.
And fortunately, I have George Bassett that does all my engine work. He's a small engine specialist, and he's probably one of the best carburetor men around.
There you go.
And I mean, I have people here at the show walking up and say, "Boy, you serviced my engine, and that thing runs like a top."
There you go.
Well, it's hats off to George because, and that's the way. If they're having problems, we want the whole engine.
Yes.
Because we want to rebuild that carb, and then we want to put it on that engine, and we want to test run that engine.
Yes.
We test run everything before it goes out of the shop.
Yeah. As it should be. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Anybody can throw a gasket in there and say it's good to go and send it back to you.
Yeah.
And then when you get in, it doesn't run. They say, "Well, it must have been you guys."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
And that just ultimately tries to give you a black eye, so you might as well
Right.
nip it in the butt.
And in some cases, the carburetor's so old and we're unable to really clean it properly. You just got to get rid of it. Go with a new carburetor.
There you go. Yeah, that happens. So I know I haven't ever had to change very many carburetors. I think it was one.
My planes don't last long enough.
I got old engines.
I normally destroy them way before it needs a new carb.
There you go. There you go. But
If I have to clean it at the end of the year, I'm doing good.
there you go. Definitely. Any new products coming down the line for you guys? Or?
No, we add a few little plus type items to the for the modeler and stuff like that. But basically, nothing really new. The newest was my design muffler for like the de Havilland kit that Balsa USA puts out, where the engine can be mounted upright with the head in the air, and we can bring the exhaust down and around the sides and down below.
Okay.
So that's probably been one of the things that we've developed on a custom level to meet this need for the modeler.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, that would work with the D7 as well, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Anytime the head's got to go up higher than the prop hub,
Yep.
this will bring it around along the sides and everything.
Drop it down.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we've made them for DLEs, Quadras, G38s, any rear exhaust. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic. You got any tips or anything like that for somebody that's brand new to gasoline, coming from either electric or glow?
Well, I know there's a lot of guys that are kind of now stepping into these smaller gas if they've been flying glow. Okay. And I have one of the smaller gas engines. I'm very happy with it. It works out real well, flies real well, and it's a good start for the guys to kind of first maybe get into gas or get into like a G26 or something in a nice Cub.
Okay.
That size.
Excellent.
And definitely get with somebody that's flying gas already in your club.
Okay.
You know that.
Yes.
So you get their input as to what to do and that type of thing. I helped a gentleman today that he was interested in putting smoke on his engine. He's running a DLE 30. And so we took him through all the steps of what he's going to need, and from the muffler to the tank, and what he needs in between, and showed him exactly how it all goes together and everything. And he purchased the package, and I know we helped him out because he could have taken this stuff just home and not known, well, what do I do with all this stuff?
Correct.
And this way, we gave him an exact process, step by step, and I'm sure his results are going to be good.
There you go. That's a big thing too.
Oh, yeah.
It's one thing to look on the internet and go, oh, this is for smoke. I'll take that. I need this.
Right.
And then you get it, and you just got a pile of stuff.
Right. Exactly.
And I mean, they may give you some vague instructions, but when somebody like you walks them through it, that is a big plus.
And the other thing I like is that I like using from B&B is what we talked about with Kerry Bailey last show was the cloth filter clunks.
Yes.
Right.
And that's where I get all mine from.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely recommend, if possible, get a filtered clunk in the tank, and then also a filter in your gas can that you're putting your gas.
Oh, yeah.
in.
Yeah,
Because we get a lot of calls for inline filters, and we don't mess with inline filters. They're
Neither one of us
I,
like them
yeah,
either.
I don't put them on
They're
either.
pain-
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Another potential for a leak.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
Exactly.
So-
That's what I think.
So we recommend if you can, and we do have a small filter that will fit through some of these smaller tank openings. You know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. So that's cool. Yeah, you got you plugged on the website and phone. Did you get out your phone number too, or?
It's on the website.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Yeah,
there we go.
definitely.
There you go.
Definitely. If they can't, if it's after hours, they leave me a message. I'll definitely return their call.
Yep.
And talk to them. Yep.
And I did talk to you since you're like, I don't know, 10 minutes away from my house. That here in the next few weeks, possibly, we'll actually do a ChadLee walkthrough.
Great. Come to
Yeah,
the show.
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
be
that way
super.
people can kind of see what you got here. We'll probably walk through and do a couple still pictures and whatnot here in a little while and post
Great.
them up on our
Love to
our
have
page
you.
and whatnot. So we have a great time. So
Yep.
appreciate you being here for
Looking
us.
forward to it.
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Thanks, guys.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Take care.
Ask George if he wants another hamburger.
I'll tell them that you got a hamburger for me.
There you go. There you go. So,
All right, so I guess you know, let's talk a little bit about the show, seeing as we don't have a guest
Yeah,
here right now.
definitely.
You know, it is a bit smaller than it was last year.
Yeah.
Which sucks to see, you know, because like Chris was saying, you know, it's about getting together with your family at the
Yes.
same time, you know.
Definitely. It's definitely not the same show that it was 10, 15 years ago.
But you know what? One thing I did notice that, you know, they may be down on booths, but it doesn't seem like all those booths are airplane or the hobby RC area. A lot of it is, you know, a lot of the quadcopter companies aren't here.
Correct.
That FPV sailplane thing that
Yep.
had like 5 booths last year,
Yes,
they're
they're
not
gone.
here, you know, so it's a lot of those fad come and go.
Yep.
With the quadcopter type thing. That's kind of
yeah. There's been a lot of, I don't want to say a lost interest in the quadcopter stuff, but it's toned down quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
and the other elephant in the room, Horizon Hobby and Hobbico.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and they announced yesterday that the sale was finalized.
Finalized.
And they were very quick to put their Horizon
Oh,
branding.
yeah.
I mean, you got
They were boasting on their page that, you know, that's the largest single what do I say, booth holder
Yep.
in the event
Oh,
of
yeah.
or to the history of this event. Anyway, they're
Well, they
literally
got,
wall
you know,
to wall.
Dan Landis
Yeah.
in a Horizon shirt.
Yeah, that
The
was
whole time
weird.
yeah,
That was
it was
weird seeing
odd
it.
seeing that, you
Yeah.
know, and you know, all the Great Plains stuff and Top Flight stuff all had Horizon
Horizon,
tags on
yes,
it now, you
it
know.
did.
So that's definitely a change, and hopefully it's a good change for the industry.
Oh, definitely.
I really do hope that they don't discontinue all the kits.
Yes.
Because I mean we do need the kits, and
Yes.
I understand they're not a big seller, but it is a major part of the hobby.
Well, I think sooner or later it's going to come full circle, and people are going to get tired
Yeah.
of the ARF market and whatnot. Because there's nothing worse than spending $1,000, $1,200 on an airplane, and then you show up in the field and there's 3, 4, 5 more people that had the exact same airplane.
Oh, I
you
agree.
got. So,
I agree.
and there's been a big insurgence of taking ARFs and stripping them down, recovering them, glassing them, and making them a totally different scheme.
Well, and I've been seeing a lot of new time builders also.
Yes.
You know, so they're coming, they're getting into retirement, stuff like that. Their kids are moving on.
Yep.
So I've seen a lot of that too, which is nice.
And the sad thing, I think, with the building, there's a lot of people that think it's kind of voodoo magic to build an airplane, and it's really not, you know. So hopefully we can start getting more people doing it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because let's face it, you know, it can be very enjoyable. It can be very nerve-wracking at times because you're pulling your hair out trying to figure out how to do something, but sometimes it's so simple that you just need somebody to show you what to do with it, and it comes perfectly clear. So
Yeah. I agree. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
We'll throw in a quick commercial. We'll try and flag somebody down and set up somebody else to talk with us, all right?
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey everybody, Chad here from the ChadLee Show. Just want to make sure you're subscribing to all of our social media sites. We're on Facebook at ChadLee's After Hours RC Podcast, www.facebook.com/ChadLee Show, or you can simply search us at ChadLee Show. We're also on Instagram at www.instagram.com/ChadLee After Hours Show. You can also search us ChadLee Show. We're also on Podbean. That's where our podcasts are mainly put at. That is chadleeshow.podbean.com. We're also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, ChadLee's After Hours RC Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to that to catch our latest how-to videos. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right.
We are back.
All right.
I'm here.
Oh,
Holy cow, man.
we have we have two people here from Electrodynamics.
We have Cleveland and Wayne. I mean, world famous.
The world famous.
World famous Wayne. I mean,
Cleveland, do you actually work at Electrodynamics, or do you just use them to get in for free?
Well, actually, I just use them to get in for free.
I don't blame you. I'd do it.
Get a nice little discount.
Heck yeah.
Hey, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And then we have
world famous
Chris Tucker. He won't answer his phone for us. But
No, he won't.
I get nervous.
Whoa! Turn down his mic.
Whoa. We said act like you're kissing her, not Frenching her, you know?
Got excited.
There you go.
Oh, let me turn them up a little bit more now.
That happens a lot.
All right, so
Red shirts.
There you go. There you go.
So, did you hear the story about when we gave Chris his shirt?
He got a Best Pilot shirt?
No.
Oh.
This is a ChadLee shirt.
Oh, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah. So he thought he was special enough to be on like the team or something.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh man, how many of these did you give out?" It's like, "Well, like 23, 24 of them now." I said, "We ordered 100. We're just selling them." He thought he was something special.
It was how the approach, yes. I went hook, line, and sinker. It was kind of, I was a little sensitive when I found out that, they're just selling these things left and right.
There you go, man.
Yeah, but we gave you yours.
Yeah.
The dreams.
Getting it for free is a whole different story.
The dreams. I get disappointed hour by hour.
Yeah, maybe I'll get mine for free.
Right.
So you guys want to take a second to introduce yourselves and tell everybody, what you do in the hobby, stuff like that?
All right, so I'll start off Cleveland Johnson. I'm not as famous as Chris Tucker yet.
Second world famous.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm getting there.
There you go.
Yeah, I started off at the hobby with Chris about 18 years ago.
Well, that means you're like, what, 19 now?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, you're baby face, man, I tell you.
19 and a half.
So it's kind of neat to know the world famous Chris Tucker before he knew how to fly. So I got a lot of stories to tell you.
I bet.
See, I thought he just picked up the sticks and it just instantly started happening.
Well, here's the story. We went to a field. We bought some airplanes. We used to race cars before we did this.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Come from cars?
Yeah, so we almost professionally, pretty much.
Wow.
We went to the hobby store. He said, "Hey, let's buy some airplanes." Buy some airplanes and take it out to the field. Guy was training Chris was about 900. I mean, like 90 maybe.
Yes.
Takes Chris's airplane off and crashed it. The first flight is awesome. The instructor.
That's fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
So we decided to go to another field and
almost crushed my dreams.
Yes. Yeah. We started out on Monday. Chris is flying by himself by Thursday.
Really?
Yeah. Then I was flying by myself by Saturday.
So it really was pretty much you picked it up and you were God.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of by mistake. There's some additional parts to that story without being long-winded. Just like a lot of people, you take off by mistake, and that's what it was. We were at the field waiting
Chris,
for our instructor.
You might want to...
And that's Camp Canada over there.
There you go.
Right. They let you across the border. All right. And so, I don't know. You know how you get where you say, "Hey, I'll just tune the engine." We're playing around, getting familiar with the engines. Yeah. All right. We got it tuned in nice. I'm just gonna taxi. And that's what it just said. Whoosh. It left the ground, and he was like, "Chris, what the heck are you gonna do now?" I said, "I don't know. I'll figure it out."
No, that's as we were running after the airplane.
Yes, we
I
did.
mean, at a full sprint. Yeah.
There were some trees in the way.
At a full sprint.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're like, as long as I can keep an eye on it. And it just kind of worked out. So, yeah.
Nice.
That was at least how we started off flying RC aircraft.
Yeah.
But
And then the phone call started to come. Hey, Cleve, the winds are 30 miles an hour. Let's go out.
yeah.
Like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, that was attracting to go out
Yeah,
in the
30 miles
most
an hour.
adverse conditions was our thing to do. And that,
It does make you a better pilot when you, when you fly that
you get
stuff.
thrust into it, right? Yeah.
Because now when you get a nice day, oh boy, that's fun.
And it's nice when you can go to the event and everybody else is afraid to fly, and who cares?
Exactly, yeah.
It's World War I. It's 30 miles an hour. I don't give a crap.
I ran out of gas. That's normal. We do that all the time.
There you go.
Just laugh at them and take off. Like, oh, these guys are funny. But yeah, so I do work in the industry for electrodynamics. I mean, obviously you guys know that, but I've been with them for like 6 years.
And Chris is the only one I'm willing to talk to at Electrodynamics.
There's a pack, yes.
So if you guys do call Electrodynamics and you talk to anybody there, ask for Chris Tucker.
Yep. And if Chris isn't there, just say we'll call back later. Because that's what I do.
Please do that.
It is comical because they
especially if you get Andy on the line.
Yeah, the owners and the owner and his wife, they don't get it. Sense of humor is kind of a weird exchange for them. So yeah, Chad complicated things by adding that twist to it. And so the explanation is like, yeah, we got a phone call. It's kind of strange. I don't know. I guess they only wanted to talk to you, and they're like, oh really? And so I found out after the fact from Chad that was the monologue that he introduced to them. So.
I have ways to make everything as awkward as possible.
It is.
We do.
It's been a lot of quiet moments and weird shirks and sound effects. Yeah.
So, Chris, you do got to let us know if you do start getting a rash of people that are calling just to talk to you. You got to keep us surprised on that. So.
And don't get me wrong, everybody there is knowledgeable and can help you, but it's just fun to give them a hard time.
Yeah. I mean, but the good part about it shouldn't get out of control because actually I do answer the phones most of the time.
I'm just
except for when we call.
I'm just trying to secure your position there and make you an invaluable employee.
You might not need help because
I think he's the only employee.
That's his bonus. Right. That's the bonus. It's the owner, the wife, and myself. Right. That's the bonus. It's just me, the owner, and his wife. So that's it. That's all you get. So yeah, we kind of stumbled along in the hobby. That's kind of how I started working in the industry. Was at the flying field, the model field. So it was kind of cool. And then pairing up with you two, obviously, all bets are off.
There you go.
How long have you worked at Electrodynamics?
About 6 years.
6 years. You just covered that a little bit ago.
It's all right. It was edited out. He didn't.
Okay.
His headset's off.
I'll edit that part out so it was never said.
There you go. No, I'll look like the fool.
Post editing.
That's right.
The beauty of technology.
There you
So
go.
you guys have been in the hobby 16 years, you said then?
It's been
18. This is our anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah, 18
man.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, we grew up together too. There's a
40
weird
years
story.
of knowing each other.
Yeah.
40
40 years.
40?
Yeah, 40 years.
I
Yeah.
didn't even realize either one of you were that old.
46.
I thought if you had both of them together.
Are you
they're
really
40.
that old?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Lee, what are you, 66?
No,
this
70.
year? All right, good. See, he's looking good too.
I feel young then.
He's looking good for his age.
Man.
I got a
Good
24.
Lord. Yeah, you just turned 30 last week, didn't you?
Well, I'm like 35, 36. I was born in 82.
Good
wow.
Lord.
Yeah.
You're beat up as crap. No, just kidding.
I look old for my age.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah,
Unless I
mature.
shave. That's why I have to have this. Otherwise, I look like Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Exactly,
sweet.
yeah.
I guess.
Lost all.
No.
I don't have to worry about doing my hair anymore.
Right, that's sweet. That works all right.
Yeah, but 18 years in the hobby is it's been a long time.
But it's kind of funny because this guy didn't fly gas Warbirds and
Just 2
classic
years ago.
stuff for
What did you fly?
forever.
They're flying jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
turbines.
jets,
yeah.
some nitro stuff and jets mostly. But yeah, we've migrated into jets, and we did hardcore jets for six, seven years or
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But then I kept telling him, man, these Warbird and Classic shows, these Warbird and Classic
Go
shows,
to the Warbird Classic
and just
show,
all these fly-ins, and then he finally started getting involved. It's like, man,
now it's fun.
Heck yeah.
Well, I think I got introduced, and it was like there's this character named the world famous Chris Tucker, and I was like, I know him. I know him. He flies my airplanes.
Thanks to Chad.
Yeah. And I tell you, when you got to fly with him, you know, side by side in the same, you know, space, you know, got to keep his reputation up. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's super easy to fly formation with Chris.
Yeah.
You do whatever the hell you want, and he can follow you. It doesn't matter.
He knows what you're doing before you know what you're doing.
It's always fun.
Yeah, I got a funny story. It's funny. Just started to fly the Warbird classic shows and got a P-51. We walk up to the stand and, you know, everybody's getting ready to spot, and I'm looking for a spotter. He goes, don't worry about it. We can just walk up here together. I said, all right. So we take off, and I turn around, and he's looking at my airplane while he's flying his airplane, telling me, hey, watch out for that airplane. We have no spotter in the thing, and I'm like, wow, this guy can actually spot my airplane while he's not looking at his.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's been...
Well, you know how it is. You're just kind of looking to see how close in formation you are or not.
Yep.
And that's kind of, you know, just a little...
Unless you're John Howe.
It's a size reference thing, too, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
all the way.
Yeah, but he flies so close to the ground, he cut the grass, you know.
Yeah, he does.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
The only reason why is because I'm not naive enough to realize the danger, and I haven't hit the ground yet. The minute I start hitting the ground, then you'll probably see me at this 10-foot level.
There you go.
So it works.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun going over to the Warbird Classics. Actually, today I bought my first Southwood Pup third scale.
Shoot. What? That's what I'm talking about.
Stick of rudder flying.
Wow. Is it already built?
It's already built.
Yeah, it's a word
Put it in the car,
I was going to say, I know Chris, and if you're anything like Chris.
No, he's not, though, in that area, but no, I just,
Yeah, we had to have a special shirt made for Chris.
Yeah.
Bought, not built or assembled.
It's like, Chris, did you put that servo in? It's been about a year. You're like,
Yeah, I'm hard-headed.
I got 2 screws in it,
I hooked him up with a dummy engine for his pup about 2 years back for his birthday.
He opened up the box and seen it was just parts.
No. All he's got to do is cut the flashing away and put a coat of paint on
that
it.
one.
It's one of the Boss USA ones, And I bet you it's still got all the flashing on it.
Oh, yeah.
If he even knows where it is anymore.
Yeah, it's,
I've seen it,
It's,
He probably included that with a deal to buy another airplane.
Yeah, it still looks, well, that's further along than mine, so I take that.
There you go. That's a half scale.
He has a pretty impressive collection in the basement, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You name it, he got it.
That's 4 pieces
That's
together.
4 pieces, no glue yet.
So you were right, that is a nice, I see, that's really nice. Wow, okay, so I wouldn't be worried about it coming apart then.
It's like building
Especially
a plastic model.
Wow, it's great, that's nice.
Now, what is this for?
You got to stop smoking.
Chad and I are going to be building half-scale Newport 17s.
Nice, yeah.
So
Make your third scale look like chump change.
Yeah,
wow.
Like trainer.
There you go.
Yeah, try calling the wife at home. It's like, Hetty, we need to make some more room in the garage.
There you go.
She said, how big is it? I said, as big as your Spitfire? I was like, no. A little bit bigger than that.
Man, yeah, so.
See, as long as it's not a turbine engine, don't worry.
There you go.
A little bit cheaper.
They get used to it.
Yeah.
I've got like a 4 or 5 car garage, and my wife can't park in it.
Yeah.
It's filled with airplanes.
The garage is not meant for a car. Right.
Well, I'm thinking about buying a boat, and I may clear some room for the boat in there.
There you go.
But I mean, for my
there we
wife,
go.
nah, she can park outside and shovel the snow off her truck.
That's why they make snow brushes, you know?
I told her, I said, I'll buy you a remote starter.
Heck yeah, why not, man? Yeah. So this
You're
stuff's
lucky,
good.
man, because I can barely park my car in the garage.
Well, see, I'm the only one in the group that's not married, so that works perfect for me, though.
There you go.
Make my own rules, I guess.
I think that was the first thing. Hey, Tucker, you think I could keep this pup in your garage for a couple months?
Oh, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, actually, I just bought a KMP B25 too. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so over at the Warbird Classic events, they have the noontime demos, and the goal is to try to get to each one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, each segment. Yeah, why not?
I got woke up at Muncie, I think at the Dawn Patrol.
Don't point at me.
Yeah, it's like,
how often do you see me at a dog?
It's like,
I usually got to record it so we can see it.
That's what happened.
these guys are flying at
was last
6:30
year.
in the morning. I woke up and I'm like, what in the world? I walk outside and it's like fog everywhere. Like, these guys are flying in the fog. I got to do this. It's got to be awesome.
That's perfect.
Cool.
That
It's fun.
looks so good,
I love it. I enjoy the evenings at dusk way more. When the sun's setting, you get that. Oh, it looks so awesome.
Golden hour. Yeah.
And I don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the freaking morning.
Yeah, that's true. It is uncomfortable, right?
How fast these things fly? Like 20 miles an hour, 25?
Right. Well, that's kind of. See, that's the thing. Speed goes out the window. It's just about the ambience together, staggered. Mix and match, doing some dog fighting.
Yeah. It's one of the only Warbird gaggles that you see where you see 30 of them up at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry
Well,
about
and
losing.
we were just talking about that for the Windy City event, is it? They were asking you?
Yeah, they were trying to figure out, the composition of.
Should have told them 50. 50 is a good number.
Yeah, like minimal or max.
I mean, at the same time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
that was flying with Carl Bachner in the 111.
What?
Yeah, there's a provision there that, But here's the thing. I think it should be left to each event to just leave it open-ended to take a census on the comfort of the pilots. Hey, do you guys feel comfortable with going?
Hi, everybody. Chad Osmus here from the ChadLee Show. I want to talk to you a minute about the most historically accurate, lifelike pilots in the RC hobby. Best pilots are the pilots of our choice, so accurate they are displayed in some of the world's premier aviation museums. Lau Vassar of Best Pilot produces hand-sculpted and molded figures approximately 1/5 scale in size. Each pilot is a reproduction of actual World War II pilots, including U.S. Marine Corps Pappy Boyington, U.S. Army Air Corps Bob Sweeney, Royal Air Force Sailor Milan, German ace Gunther Roll, and Japanese ace Saburo Sakai. Vassar also offers a quarter-scale World War I German ace Lothar van Richthofen and generic 1/8 scale bomber crew figures. Unlike cloth dolly-type pilots, Best Pilots are cast in resin for a more scale appearance of flight gear. And also, unlike dolly pilots, Best Pilots are sculpted in realistic, seated postures and will stay that way no matter how grueling the mission. Prices range from $65 unpainted to $235 painted for 5th scale and $95 unpainted to $235 painted for quarter scale. Also, Best Pilots can be turned into personal versions of yourself. Using a 3D printed face matched to photos that you provide, these amazing mini-me's are truly the ultimate final touch for anyone's scale airplane. Available painted or unpainted, email lauvasser@typepad.com for pricing. Don't fly with dolls, fly with Best Pilots. Go to www.bestpilots.typepad.com to order, and make sure you join Best Pilots on Facebook.
That's
all right.
Quarter scale pilot in there.
We're recording again now, finally.
Are you sure?
Well, all right.
Until it goes away
again.
again.
It's a commercial break.
Yeah.
It's a brownout.
There you go.
That happens.
All right. What were you saying? I don't even remember anymore.
Once upon a time.
Are we on 72 megahertz or is this 2.4?
We got a ham radio going on now.
I spent all this money on this crap so that it would work, and the problem is you have to know how to work it. You can't just buy it and expect it to do its own thing.
Well, we don't read the instruction books.
Look across the thing here, Chris. Straight across.
What?
Somebody's spying on you.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Man.
Uncle Andy, eh?
Oh, boy.
It's all right.
For
You
one of
can't
the
see that far.
chocolate-filled cookies, wasn't he?
Right, yeah. And lucky you can't see this far.
Yeah.
I'm dark. I blend right in with the background.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
That's a whole nother
So,
thing.
you want to finish your story?
That was into my story about us flying and stuff. And how
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, there's a ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I just want you to have to edit it all out.
Yeah.
We don't edit nothing.
No.
out. Have you ever listened to this show?
There's so many things I can say. I'm not going to say them right now.
I mean,
Oh, man, right.
Yeah, we're just as crazy as everybody else. We fly in a circle for 8 minutes and think it's enjoying.
it's
No,
funny
but-
because I think everybody thinks that we're clots.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You got
Yeah.
sponsors now this time. Well, you didn't do anything to not make it look like you aren't.
Yeah. Well,
I thought he was taking him to the airport.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, we got to go to the airport. We can't be on the show.
Yeah. No, we're moving airplanes.
Maybe he's
Wink,
crowd
wink.
shy.
Yeah.
Right. No,
He said sooner or later he'd get on there.
Right. No, so yeah, now we're just trying to introduce more pilots, just like everybody else out there, to what we've, the segments that we like flying in. World War I, World War II, primary. I mean, we were in the jets, and we still are, but that's what's kind of cool, though. I always tell him that, he's a jet guy. I always tease him about it year after year. Like, you're mostly jet guy. You're a jet guy.
Yeah. More jets than I do.
Yeah, because I always told him that, no, my favorite class is World War II era. And then World War I's are there, but jets are in there too. It's just that World War II, if I had to choose a platform, that would be the first choice for me. It wouldn't be a jet or even World War I, only because there's more flexibility and diversity in World War II era than World War I. That's primarily the reason why there. So
I think most people would be surprised that it's a little bit harder to fly the World War I than it is the jets. The jets, everything's kind of set up for you. You have to worry about power, going to the turns, just stuff like that. The World War II stuff is more finessing, and you got to learn how to It's weird.
You still talking airplanes?
Yeah, something like that.
Finessing.
Yeah, but I'm flying my P-51 last year.
Cleveland, you realize this is the Toledo show, not the strip club, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Put the fives away, man.
I only got ones.
Come on, we're more upscale than that.
Oh man.
Yeah,
that's funny.
He done me. I'm taking off with flaps, and he goes, he's like, you don't take off with flaps on a P-51. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No wonder I'm flying into the crowd every time I take off.
Well, yeah, it was just a funny transition. It was just kind of, the point is that what was happening was getting up on his mains too fast. This is what I was trying to say. It's like, well, what are you doing other than, just giving it too much power a little bit too quick, maybe? Because, flaps and everything else. I said, well, try just doing it without flaps and see how your run-up is going to look and not be so aggressive. And that just kind of worked out great because it wasn't a matter of just how quick you can get it rotated in the air. And some people do take off a flap, some don't. I mean, it's, pilot's preference there, but it just kind of was funny. It was just a funny thought because it would just kind of do this weird veer. Because basically it rotate too fast every time. It's like, but it kind of worked out sweet because it was perfect, though. It wasn't bad takeoff. It was just funny.
I don't know. He just keeps walking up here and grabbing chairs.
What the heck's
That's
going
the
on
second
there?
one now.
No.
Hey.
What a thief.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. You said that when you take off with your P-51, it rotates into the crowd. You realize that there's torque with a propeller airplane.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying with the turbine.
There's a stick on the right. Not only does it go all the way up and all the way back, but you can go partially up and left and right with it.
That's turbine, guys. We don't need to do all that complication. You just hit the power and you just take off. Rudder, this? What's that?
Rudder. What's rudder?
That's heading home, man. Come on.
It's funny. Most pilots, I don't think they really teach them how to rudder fly anymore.
No.
Yeah. So that's a dying art basically.
That's where gyros come in handy.
There you go.
Right.
I think flying this softball pup is going to be an experience too. I hope you get to give me the inside pointers to fly this thing.
Oh, the pup will be fun though.
Yeah.
Rudder. Lots of rudder.
Yeah.
Wait a minute! I didn't see a wheel on the back. What is this? It's got a stick back here.
And you're like, hey, where's the wheel?
I'm like, where's the wheel at?
Right.
There's a stick back here.
Hey, taxi that thing back.
Yeah. How do you taxi back?
Tail heavy, man. Nose ain't on the ground.
There's no taxiing?
Right. Turn it around.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, where's the brake at?
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Yeah, that's the only fun part. I mean, that's kind of would be the fun part.
That you can't steer on the
Well,
ground.
there's the full-scale ones. They actually put spades on the tail skid, and that's how they brake.
Yeah.
They would
actually
do full
dig
up
in.
elevator and dig the tail skid into
Nice.
the ground. It would dig into the ground.
Yeah.
And then you can plant corn later.
There you go. Tailor the field and do it. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that's the best part about the hobby. I'm flying 18 years. Thought I was top of the line on the turbine stuff, but
The only thing a turbine means is you have more money.
Yeah.
Typically, yeah. I mean,
or
even
you
though that
could lose more
dynamic,
money,
yeah, all in one go. Right.
It's like high risk stock markets. The more you put in, the more you can lose.
That's right.
Shout out to Bitcoin. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole point for us. I mean, it's just still a mad desire to still participate and fly in it. And it's cool for me. I still do work in the industry, so it does allow me the ability to be connected to a lot of the flying circuits, you know?
Yeah. You do a fair bit amount of traveling too.
Yeah. Sometimes like, man, one year is 20 shows, but now it's like all personal. I mean, I do go not necessarily with the I don't do the company thing anymore. It's just kind of me. And you know, my boss shows up at some of the meets as well, but yeah, it's not really affiliated. It's just like I'm there on my own dime and accord. So so that's why now I'm just kind of.
It's more fun that way too.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've been
even
there, done that.
last year when I was still with Balsa USA, I did how many where I paid myself so that I didn't have to sit. And
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That makes a big difference, I think, in the joy of it. You know.
Chris is so popular, he's getting phone calls right now on his fancy iWatch. I ain't got no watch that answers the phone for me.
I got a wife. It's only one phone call that's coming in.
Oh, shoot. That's it. It's a wrap.
It's funny. I at my job, I actually I have to go up to my boss and be like, I need every Friday off at least twice a month. So I go to these shows. So so
it's
luckily,
addicting in a good way, you know?
But it's funny, I don't fly at the field as much anymore either because I do that. You know, we're gone.
Yeah, we're just
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're in the air.
It's been like 3 years since I've went to a local field.
Right.
Yeah. I think I went.
All my flying is strictly events.
6 times for me last year. They're like, "Hey, where are you at?" And I'm like, "I think I'm all over the country here."
Yeah. It actually is kind of fun because you're flying in different places. You're learning new fields and whatnot too. So
that's actually what attracts me the most. I mean, a lot of people like the comfort of their own surroundings and landmarks. That to me is the very first thing that I love exploring is going to somewhere. Goshen, as a matter of fact, last
Flying
year.
through the trees, right over the car.
That's what really drives me. I mean, obviously the different mix, but you know, a lot of times you're running the same people, pretty much kind of the same airplanes, give or take. But I do enjoy the different environments, whether it's sun angle or landmarks or trees or farm equipment even. You know, it's always sweet to kind of play around.
He plays with the farm equipment.
Well,
you know.
That was a couple of years ago in Fond du Lac, was the McConville Pass.
Yeah.
When everybody started shooting the
what?
McConville Pass.
What's the McConville Pass?
That was the trees in the, what was it, northwest corner?
Fond du Lac,
Wisconsin.
I thought they called it the Horizon Gap.
Originally it was McConville.
It's 3 names.
Yeah.
Because Mike and I, well, my buddy Gus was upset that.
Speaking of Gus, what's up with him?
Well, Gus is interesting. He's just another buddy that was at every meet that we went to, pretty much. You know, he was always a tag along. He's just a local guy that flies with us. Well, doesn't really fly, but he does. He's just there, right? So he's an excellent spotter. He just likes being in the moment. So he used to tag along all the time, but kind of ran into some difficulties and sort of just vanished for a little bit, you know. But he's still around. He was claiming to make a comeback for this season, so we'll see. So we may see him at some events. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was kind of cool because you know
he's a fun guy.
Yeah, he's kind of he's funny as heck too. Yeah, it's just kind of a fellowship basically.
Yeah,
so
I think that's probably the funnest part about the Warbird and Classic meets is that it's the guys that you end up seeing, you know, 6-7 times a year basically.
Yeah,
you get this
see
camaraderie and to get up and match up and pair airplanes, which you get this year, you know. So I'm coming out strong probably with 3 Warbirds this year, and I would only come in with 1. Trying to make that thing fly for 3 days.
Yeah.
I was working on it once a day, trying to make sure it's ready for the next day.
But
one of my funnest times is with Chris, where we got yelled at a noontime show by Linda.
Oh, which time? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, that's every time for me, but we got into our dogfight.
I remember the very first thing Chris said to me.
That was fun.
What's that?
Hi?
I didn't know a Spad could fly like that.
Oh man. Yeah, but that thing in Fond du Lac though is just a group of trees, similar to like what Joe Knoll used to have. and there's this little gap of tree in the tree line. Actually, there are two of them.
Yeah.
There are really two of them. There's another one that's even more dangerous still, but and this is the angle based off of where you're standing in the flight line. It's kind of neat perspective.
Yes.
But from a lot of other people's perspective, they can't tell where you are in conjunction with the tree line.
Looks like it's square
You're
on.
there. And there have been quite a few fatalities where people not quite make it. And so what it was is it got coined, and actually Mike McComble and I first started shooting a gap. Actually, and that's what Gus, our buddy, was mad that they
We're just talking about you,
Yeah,
Linda.
There's Linda right there. Right.
That's the lady that makes it all happen.
That's right.
How you doing, guys?
That's what I'm talking about.
We're doing really good,
just
Linda.
trading war stories on the RC front.
Good.
Yeah, just getting.
Just defend me, remember.
That's what I'm thinking. No defense. Right.
Yeah.
No defense necessary.
I make sure that I'm up for noontime demo immediately. Airplane started.
Right.
Yeah.
And not get in trouble. That's
Not
kind
get
of
in
what
trouble,
we're
yeah.
reminiscing
You
too.
be there 5 minutes before.
Exactly.
Right. So it just started with the old mock dog fight scenario, and then we chose the beeline through the trees, come back around the backside, do a wrap around, and it went from Tucker to Horizon, I guess, to now McConville, or vice versa between the Horizon and McConville gap, and that's what it was. And then Ali came a couple of years ago to start shooting it too, and so now it's kind of a tradition for some people to go through it. And there have been a few people. I've seen a couple of guys try to come back. Yeah, and then one guy last year hit the tree. And
It's kind of a rite of passage.
Yes.
Literally.
You know? Yeah.
Literally. But there are two. Actually, it's offset. There's another one that's a little trickier because it's a little lower and it blends in with the background. So you kind of got to be careful on that one. But it's just fun.
Yeah. At our local field, we have two trees.
Yeah, we got a gap. Yeah.
And we have a gap right between the two trees. And we'll get to dogfighting, and we'll fly. His guy will fly behind the tree. The airplane's completely.
Well, yeah.
It's gone.
kinda fun.
And he'll come out the other side, and he'll come straight toward us and just do all type of stuff in between the trees. So I haven't been to Fond du Lac. I was personally invited to Fond du Lac last year. I didn't get a chance to go out there and make it.
Carl.
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, he said,
Wow,
get him
personally
out here.
invited.
Well, you know what? When you get to sit next
That's like
to the
getting
world famous Chris Tucker.
Yeah, right. That's almost as good as getting your own red shirt.
Yeah, I was
tell you what.
surprised. Yeah, he came up to me and says, "Hey, listen, I need you to come out to one of the best shows that you ever gone to." And I was like, "Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that was pretty impressive."
End.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't make
No,
it. Right. No, I'll be out there this year with my B25 Metro, my softball pup, got a new Mustang. Might take my jet out.
Yeah, mix it up. Right.
Yeah.
More the merrier.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of everything.
What are you flying this year, Chris?
Whatever you
Yeah,
bought
that's a
last
blank
year.
state, Right.
Well, you can't. I mean, one of them that you flew a lot, you put in, right? With John Howe?
Yeah, but I actually only had that for part of the season. That actually was new.
That was a new purchase.
Was it?
Yeah, I flew it a lot, but I just got it actually. That's
That's kind of common with Chris. I remember when him and RJ first met. RJ Monroe.
Yes, I had just got that airplane.
That was just
week.
that
It was
that day or the day before. It was the first time you flew it.
Yeah. That was funny. I had just got it a few days before Moresy, and that's how I met RJ. But actually, I didn't meet him technically.
Well,
so
you almost got your butt kicked by him, supposedly.
But it was all his fault, which was hilarious. Actually, Mike Barbie.
Tell us about that
was
story.
spotting. So Muncie at the old flying site, the one runway out there, the big
asphalt,
runway. Yeah. Which is, I like it. I like that. You know, a lot of people don't. But anyway, they said it's hard on the airplanes when they crash.
At least they didn't have a big hill in the middle of the runway.
Exactly. Ramp, right? Ramp.
Ski slope.
So what ended up happening is we were all in a little gaggle. Everybody's doing the pattern. No big deal. We're flying not formation, but just a little mix.
I just want to let everybody know Chris has two of our stickers, and even though this is not recorded, he's flying these around as he's explaining
Yes,
this to
It's
us.
pretty entertaining.
It
though.
gets me in the mood to deliver.
All right. All right.
So,
I'll let you
maybe you
continue.
can feel it. Whoa, sorry, I got
Why not?
excited.
One's
See that?
backwards and one's forwards.
Right.
So.
Right. One's RJ and one's me. But no. So it was scratch built too, which is funny. I had a Hawker Hurricane, and it literally was the second flight because the first one was a little nose heavy.
There you go.
And because it wouldn't really tax us, like, let me just add a little tail weight to it and rebalance it. So I said, all right, cool. I think it's working out sweet. Get this thing up, flying it around. RJ's got an ARF P-47, shallow hell, Tar Heel hell. And so he's flying. So Mike Barbie guy is spotting for him, and so what? At the time, which is funny, Gus was my spotter. He was with me. I glance up, and everybody's going the same direction. But what I noticed, I think RJ did a left-hand turn maybe, because I think we were flying right-hand pattern at the time. So we're all coming this direction. And next thing you know, I see this P-47 come into the screen. I'm like, oh, this is going to be close. I told Gus, I said, Gus, this is going to be close. And I just held the line because typically you don't want to just deviate because there are other guys in pattern sort of with us. I didn't want to just go, whoa. And so I said, this is going to be close. That thing came in, this P-47 sheared the tail right off. And it just came straight down, show center, right in the middle of the asphalt. Yep. And his just lawn darted across the field, which...
Oh, yeah, like a 4,000-foot debris field.
The crazy part about it is, though, I didn't know RJ at the time. So we were both obviously in the flight line, and he kind of walked over a little bit to me, and I was kind of walking over, and I was like, wow, that was crazy how that happened. He literally didn't say a word at the time. We were just like, man, he just had his mouth open like, wow, that was incredible. And then so we went and picked up the debris and whatever else, and that was that at the time. And then later, he came and we just kind of sort of introduced and met each other at the time. I was like, man, that was unfortunate. Because it was really, it was no one's fault type of deal, but it's like, I just felt I was...
Not at fault, right?
It was nobody's fault, but it wasn't mine.
It wasn't me, right? No,
because he clearly gave us the graphic of RJ coming the wrong direction.
Well, I was saying, if it wasn't me, it's going to be somebody else, I figured.
It wasn't any specific person's fault. There was just two people involved, and it definitely wasn't my fault.
The other person's going the wrong way.
But
it wasn't anybody. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault.
It's all good.
But it is the type of situation, like if I go down, that's the kind of sweet crash. Because that thing was straight smack. They lost everything, show center. It was sweet. Tail came right out. There's nothing I could do.
Those are the most viewed things watched on YouTube are airplane crashes. I saw one with 70 million the other day.
What the heck?
Well, everybody likes to. Why do you watch NASCAR? Not to watch cars go around in a circle, but to wait for the crash.
Well, Dana to win.
Danica?
Yeah, Dana.
It's funny. Over the 18.
She's with Aaron Rodgers. No. From the Packers, Wisconsin.
Yeah, she moved boyfriend.
Way better than Michigan. Wisconsin, way better.
Oh yeah,
Wisconsin. Where the heck is that?
My goal for this podcast is to make fun of every state.
Except for Wisconsin.
Nice.
Is Wisconsin in the United States?
Cheeseheads.
I thought it was in Canada.
Well, it's funny because
it feels like Canada.
Everybody that I know that lives in Canada that we fly with, I have to go south to go to their house.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Unique. Right.
I'm going down to Canada this weekend.
Yeah, that's where I think that's where Wisconsin is. Yeah.
Right. What do you mean? Hey?
Yeah, I think that's where Fond du Lac is, right? Yeah, that's where. Oh, great.
There's one or two nice spots over there.
Every now and then people go up there.
Yeah, I think over the 18 years, how many times have we crashed into each other? Quite a few, I think.
Yeah, we've had a lot of mid-air.
Yeah.
People always say that the statistic is low, but when you're flying formation, obviously, you can raise that bar. Opposite direction mid-airs are rarer.
Yeah.
But when you're flying tight formation or close with each other,
we sheared off a couple good rudders.
We ran into each other a lot. We used to do it when we had like our 40 and 60 size glow airplanes, quite a bit. Like stall turns together and it's like, oh, that was
the
neat.
key is to try and hit each other.
Yeah, then you'll
because
never
if
do
you
it.
try to hit each other, you'll never do it.
Right.
Yeah. What we try to do, and I think this is what we'll probably be most known for, is that we chase each other.
Oh, that too.
We chase each other around, but you can't. You got to stay scale, trying to get away from the other person.
Yes.
There's no cheating with the RC turns.
That's what we call it.
So you're saying you can't do like a 20G turn?
No, you can't do that. If you do that, you're out. We don't want to play with you no more. Yeah.
Then we just peel away.
Yeah, then we just peel away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you aren't playing fair.
Yeah. So this year, what we're gonna do, Chris, is he didn't answer your question though. Because you asked him what was he going to be flying for next year.
Yeah.
You see, he kind of kept that.
I had a blank stare.
Did you see that he kind of kept that quiet? Maybe it's a surprise or something.
No,
I just assumed he had nothing to fly, and he's trying to scrape something together.
No. You go in his
No,
basement and
just
you're
a
like,
few.
holy smokes, dude got a lot of planes.
No,
Yeah.
it's a few things. I mean,
A few things?
But the
No,
problem
I
is,
just
if it
didn't get
needs
it.
any work, he ain't gonna fly it.
No. He got
Yeah.
some stuff in the basement that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some stuff ready. Yeah.
Oh, some stuff ready, yeah.
So what are you gonna fly then?
Well, I wasn't sure. That's what it really was. Because I have a B-25.
He's got to
as
spin the
well.
wheel of airplanes.
I have a B-25 as well.
He's got a
But then-
Ziroli.
But then there's some other stuff that I would like to get in the air, and it's a matter of whether I focus on the little odds and ends that it might need. I have a little Spitfire, but somebody was saying they wanted to buy it just a few minutes ago. I was
86-inch
like, well,
wingspan.
Yeah, it's just a little yellow aircraft.
Okay.
But this is supposed to be a nice RAF anniversary year, 100 year.
Yeah.
And we've been talking at some of the Warbirds and Classics with some of the guys that were talking about, hey, I got a Spitfire, I'm going to try to get it going, I'm going to bring, so that would be a good keeper to maybe start bringing out this year. But I got some enemy stuff, some German planes.
We need more access. When you go to the Warbird event, there's a lot of P-51s and P-47s, and
We need enemies.
he got a beautiful what's that? A Meister ME-109.
Yeah, the 109, yeah.
We chased each other at some shows with.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. When you're not on the same team and you're chasing each other around.
Oh yeah. Well, it's never any fun to dogfight two Mustangs dogfight. No. You think they're just terrible at flying formation.
Right. I got another buddy that just swears like it's a bad thing to get Axis.
Yeah,
I'm like, how the heck are you gonna have all allies? That doesn't make sense to me. It's like
It's all part of history,
That's exactly it. Yeah. So,
Actually, the Falcon, you got a Falcon too. You got the
the door. Yeah,
you got
that's
like
the one with the goofy
Falcon
tube
with
pipe.
the long
the
tail
goofy
on it. I
pipe.
can't think of the
It's a
name of that
D9.
one. Yeah, D9.
But it flies nice though.
Yeah.
It flies nicer. Well, you had it didn't fly.
No.
The time I had it out.
Yeah.
I did bring it to Fond du Lac. And
You had a problem with the pipe or something, didn't you? Or
the
exhaust or something?
the gear. It's an old electric retract
that's
system,
right.
and and so there were problems with it, and this wasn't worth. It wasn't worth at the time flying the way it handled with fixed gear. So I said, forget it. I'm not doing it. So
I think that's gonna be.
It's sweet.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun with Chris flying on the active side.
I've always sort of have.
Yeah. I agree. Well, and even at the during the noontime shows, it always seems like it's Chris with your old Zero.
Yeah.
You know, what I mean, you always were the.
I switched up. Yeah.
You're the oddball.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
But
that's what made it kind of fun, though.
It was kind of strange because he'll take the Zero out at a show, and the Zero just shooting down every airplane. It just seems like it's so wrong.
That's how Lee and I got real close.
and I'm like,
because our bombing stuff and getting at each other. That's when we started to really have a good time.
Yes.
That's right.
So the thing is with Chris and I, since we've been knowing each other for so long, he feels compelled to drop missiles and bombs on my airplane when I land. So what I've done this year is I made sure that I have more fuel than he does.
There you go.
Yeah, I will not be landing before this guy.
I'll dead stick. I don't care.
Yeah, he'll dead stick. He doesn't care. No.
Kamikaze.
Like
Cleveland's just strapping to 5-gallon cans to the top of the window.
No, I got active wing takes and everything on my stuff now.
No cheating.
He's gonna be putting electric motors on the wings.
Yeah, but I think that's part of me coming over to the Warbird and Classic side too, is because I go out to the show and he's just completely dominating with like a Zero.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I need to get up.
Now
we're going to be on opposite teams. So I think we're going to put on. I can't let them take a Falkwolf and completely dominate.
Do we need to separate you two or something?
No, we're going to be on. We're going to be in the same. We typically fly in the same flight station, and you know that.
Oh yeah.
And so it's going to be fun to be on the opposite
formation too.
Yeah.
It's better to be in the same.
But it's going to be fun because last year we were flying together. This year we'll be flying opposites of each other.
There you go.
So we won't let them dominate. As Americans, we won't let you dominate.
I didn't really.
That's not gonna happen this year. Not with the Mustang.
Well, me and Chris with the Stuka, and what'd you have? The Mustang or?
Yeah.
And that's where we got in trouble.
Always. Yeah.
I mean, we were just doing a tight ball. 500 feet up in the air in the backstretch.
That was
and
always-
we got yelled at.
It almost makes me want to get something together.
There you go.
Hey, can I don't know if I
I
can say
don't
this
have
on
any World
the
War
show,
II.
but like when we're chasing each other, I'm trying to make him crash.
Oh, you can say that on the show.
Oh yeah. It's like I'll go into a
Wait. No, you can't say that.
Yeah. If I can make the world famous Chris Tucker crash, then I'll probably get like a call sign if I do that, right? Yeah.
Hey,
I have no call sign.
something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mean person.
So what
No,
we
call
just
you Victor.
established here is the goal of the whole season is to
put
get
Chris down.
to crash.
That won't be that hard,
I
right?
shot down world famous.
Yeah. You know, when we set out, we talk about this quite often. It's going to be fun to be able to do that. Yeah.
Oh, you
How's it
guys
going,
are
Lee?
hilarious, man. No.
If you want to stop back in a little bit, we'll try and get you on. You can plug some of your stuff that you have going on.
We're getting ready to take off.
Oh, never mind.
Come over.
Then go leave. Don't worry about being on the ChadLee show. We didn't want you on here anyways.
Oh, man.
One more thing in my life.
All right.
Email me.
There you go.
An email was on. I was going to send you stuff today.
I just gave it to Doug Cox, but I'll email you too.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Carry on, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Chad, hopefully everybody will be trying to shoot down Chris.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I will.
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you're flying a Fox, so I got to get out.
Something. I don't know.
I got your back, Chris.
Yeah. I got a P40.
When did Mike say that that Corsair is going to be in?
As far as I know, it's on the water right now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No containers go overboard. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Corsair coming. I have a 84cc Sato ready to go into something.
Nice.
so.
Yeah, he has this ME-109 he has. I mean, this thing flies, man. It's the real deal. I mean, he flies this thing.
I
And
was
it's,
dogfighting the Amish.
yeah, oh boy, yeah.
That was sweet. So I busted the gear. That was sweet on the land. That was nice.
I had to put some extra wood in my Mustang to stuff like I'm gonna chase this thing around. This has been crazy.
Put a little high G force into it.
And you know, Chrissy, he'll get real low down on the deck to see if you knock your prop off. Yeah, exactly.
He's
You know.
down there.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, last year
man,
he was
it's
so
just a
low
mix
on the
of
ground. I think that my P51, I think the radiator in the bottom was going to hit the ground. Stop.
Right,
Oh,
right.
this guy's cutting the
Scoop it
grass or
up.
something here.
But then, yeah,
I think the first time I ever flew with Chris, or actually found out about Chris and whatnot, I was flying the Sky Raider. And I think Chuck and I were both flying. And all of a sudden, here comes Chris on our tail. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? You know, we wasn't planning on somebody coming up, dogfighting with us. So I was like, all right, well, we'd short the field, pull out. And Chris was right there with us. And it's like, what the hell is this guy doing? I mean, he's right on us the whole time. It's like, all right, we're going to come in at a high-speed pass, chop power, drop flap, chop gear, and let it fly right past us. We do all this, and Chris is still hanging behind us going, it's like, what the
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what he does at shows. That's what I completely seen him doing at shows. And it's like, and so I'm looking at him like, why aren't these guys just flying away from him? And everybody's like, so I guess when I first got in, I was like, okay, what is the etiquette?
Yeah.
Like some guys would probably get pretty freaked out when you're.
No, I have no etiquette at all. I don't
No, Chad don't care. Chad don't care.
Hey,
Right,
Chad,
right.
I just got my pup. Don't knock the tail off here, right?
Yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes that's just getting a feel for the other pilot.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
people get turned off by it. And you find out after the first flight, right?
Yeah.
Or other times
Usually
it's
you form up
give
kind of
a little-
loosely on them,
you give 'em a
and
little
you see
bit.
if they start
see what
doing
they-
evasive
Yeah,
maneuvers,
real crazy.
and then
It's
you
like,
just you get away from
Yeah,
them.
if they don't like, hey, or shout down the flight line, like, who's that? Or, hey, give
Yeah.
us some room or something, then I'll just kind of back away. I don't try to be rude or malicious.
Yeah.
But, again, it's for, appearance and,
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys.
But if somebody's game with it, then,
that's
then
usually how
that's
you
fun.
find out.
Yeah, last year we had an experience where a guy with a GB decided to fly with us. We were flying pattern real low to the ground.
Oh.
And after about the third pass, he put his airplane right into the ground.
That was
and
John.
He celebrated.
Oh yeah.
Like
that
he
was
celebrated
John.
and
That
thanked
was
us for allowing us to. Hey,
John Howe, right?
Yeah, he put it right down
That
the ground
was
to
hilarious.
celebrate it. It was amazing.
Well,
That
you
was
heard about
funny.
the JU-47 last year at Muncie, didn't you?
Oh.
The JU-47.
Chris is trying to figure out what a JU-47 is. Right?
You know what that is, right?
It's German.
Yeah, it's German. Is that how two?
No, that's
two
when you're
props?
flying
Or is it
formation
one?
with a P-47 and a Stuka, and you're flying the P-47 and you're actually looking at the Stuka and your P-47 goes into the ground because you were flying the wrong plane?
Yeah.
Because the P-47 and a Stuka resemble each other so
I was
much.
out there because I was wondering, like, what the heck is he doing?
Yeah, because
But
he
it
yelled
wasn't.
over, "Hey, you're low to the ground."
Yeah,
I
and
did
it
see
wasn't.
that, yeah.
Well, and
And
I
it
was
wasn't.
spotting for him. And
Well,
I'm thinking,
that doesn't mean much, Chad.
I'm thinking, what the heck is he doing? You know, and then it hits the ground. It's
That
like,
was weird.
I
This
said,
is
your
John,
fault.
I said, John, what are you doing? He says, oh, that was my plane? It's like,
And it wasn't like it was quick either. I mean, it took a little bit, but it was the silhouettes are not even in the same ballpark. It was amazing.
I mean, he
thought
must
was
have
pulling
thought
a real hard G
crazy
maneuver.
G's to get his P-47 to bend the wings.
Bend the wings to that inverted goal position.
Right, that is impressive. Somehow he figured out a way to do it and crash. And yeah, that was funny. Always good times, though. That's what's
Yeah.
kinda
The best
neat.
part was, it was his wife's P-47.
Yeah.
Right.
And he got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, you're right.
It was great.
You're right.
Yeah, it was great.
So that's the kind of thing you just try to create moments.
Oh, yeah.
In the air, and that's sort of, without being too rude and, obnoxious. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
We do. It's all right.
Why are you pointing at me when you said
Sorry,
that?
man. You just bragged about it a minute ago. So
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. This is all about 2018's here.
Yep.
Waiting for the weather to break.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all from cold states, so we're just kind of anxious.
Yeah, that'll be about August.
There you go.
The only sucky thing
31st.
about me is starting a new job. I don't have a whole lot of vacation time.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't. Oh, you didn't. That wasn't part of the signing.
Well,
bonus?
I got some, but I mean, I travel 100% of the time, so I'm only home 4 days a month.
They don't want you around. Nice.
My family loves it.
There you go.
So
There you go.
It's so great not having them around. So
Yeah.
heck yeah, man. So I'm definitely just pumped up
2018,
to
we
get out
can't wait,
here.
yeah.
So what all events are you guys planning on hitting the Warbird Classic Alliance?
All this year, all but two, I think. For me, is Owatonna. It's a hike.
It's
for
a
me.
haul.
I think Bluegrass is one of them.
and the bluegrass.
You want to
because of
join
the
in on
timing.
this? I'll kick one of them out. I ain't that way.
Right, because of the timing on the bluegrass. So.
Yeah.
So the other ones,
I
heck
think
and
I
then-
signed up for 7.
Okay.
6 or 7.
There you go.
So then there's some other stuff in between that.
Yeah,
some
definitely.
other not-
Yeah, we still
not
fly
part of the
jets too,
alliance.
so we're gonna hit
Yeah.
some of the jet events also. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys go up Baldwin, Michigan for the jet event up there, don't
They
you?
have one up there. We have, technically
Yeah.
it's a mixed meet at Monroe, Michigan, right up the street here.
You guys got a fall scramble, don't you, or something like that?
There's a couple. Well, we have basically at one
Like
of the
a
clubs
fall
in Michigan.
phase out.
Phase out. There you go. I'm sorry.
His Flying
Mispronouncing.
Pilgrims. That's in the Canton area of Michigan. We have one.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get to that for the last several years, and just
September.
timing just don't
It's a nice
work
little
out.
It's a good show because we do the Warbirds and we do the jets, World War One.
Okay.
Everything's included. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun this year. We're gonna get to fly the jet and the pup together. That's
mixed meets.
gonna be neat.
So
You,
those are good.
you guys ought to come down to Monticello.
Yeah, that's
That's
one
a
that's
fun
been on
event.
the calendar. I've seen.
Yeah, I've been down there since they've been doing it, and it's been awesome.
Lee, you got to come in closer.
He's still trying to.
Yeah, we're doing selfies. Nice.
There we go.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Now that it looks like I'm trying to pick Cleveland's nose with my thumb.
Well, it's not often
It's a
we
different
get
color, though.
we get the world famous
That's
Chris
right.
Tucker and his arch nemesis.
I don't like have a call sign yet. This sucks.
Well, if you shoot him down, we'll get you a call sign Victor.
You know, seriously?
I will.
All right, yeah, that's a done deal. You better buy another airplane.
Right.
You shoot him down in my presence, you'll get a red shirt.
He's gonna wait until Chris.
okay.
He's gonna wait until Chris lands. He's gonna lawn dart his
Right.
ass.
It's like, does that count, Lee? He's like, oh, great.
I just got more.
Worth it, man.
I just got more fuel than he does. So hey, you know.
Well, I did that to Chris this year. I waited for him to take off, and then I
Lee's
hurried
got
up.
some nice ones in. Yeah. I was kind of bombless this year, though. That's
He
what
was.
pissed me off. So
Hey,
I
it
said,
was
dang
fun.
it, I'll get you, Lee.
Well, the fun part is with the Stuka. I mean, I can just hang up there,
Yeah, I
on
know.
idle forever.
Yeah, that's always sweet. See, I was more of a challenge for the Stuka with the Zero when I was flying it. Or the Mustang kind of too, but
Yeah.
I didn't have, I got to get my slow stall speed stuff off
There
with
you go.
bombs.
Yep.
to bring that back alive. Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
I missed it. I was bombless last year.
Yeah,
wasn't the same.
There you go. Bombless, braless, whatever. Yeah.
I can't get my damn phone to work either. I can't work none of my stuff.
Man, it's taboo.
Your phone was on 72 megahertz also.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coming back. Heck yeah, guys. So definitely
So,
looking forward to hanging out.
is there anything new and exciting coming out from Electrodynamics? I know we've been having fun.
Got
with
some odds and ends stuff. Actually, what's a good seller is still the batteries. People this year especially just seem to have either switched over from some NiCad nickel metal stuff to some A123s, and then now they seem more determined, and they already know that what they're working with, they're converting other planes. So, which is the kind of the good part about it. As far as very new stuff, there's some tweaks and mods that we're always doing to existing products, other than some little meters and volt watch things. That's kind of it on the new front, but some of our popular sellers are really working well. The one-click stuff is really servo connection at the wings.
Yeah, we actually gave away one at one of the podcasts.
We gave some of that away.
Yeah, so that's really popular. People start to understand the easeability of what it's about. When they look at it sometimes in the package, like, what the heck is this for?
It takes a while for it to click in.
Literally click.
Yeah.
And so
one click,
and so now, people are like, hey, I set up all my planes with this now. So that's what's kind of good that, people sort of know what they want. And that's kind of on the work side or work front for me. So I just pumped up for the flying part of it, as well. So,
like you say, just call up Electrodynamics and ask for Chris. And, and
that's what I do.
Yeah.
It's
That's it. Oh, he's on the phone. I'll call back later.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he's out to lunch. I'll call back later.
It's all right. I'll hold.
I'll only talk to Chris.
Oh, Andy don't listen to this show, right?
We don't listen to anything. Most people say, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we confused the heck out of him with our red shirts.
Oh, yeah. I always wore the blue, and I walk up there, he's looking at me funny, like, you look familiar, but you're not wearing the right color shirt.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, you're messing with me.
Yeah, you're a completely different person. So
Yep.
Like, okay.
No, Andy's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's good to kind of be
He actually signed me off for my turbine wing.
Oh. Did he?
Yeah. He walked up to me, and I was flying a ducted fan at the time.
Well, who signed off on him?
I don't know.
That's the question, man.
Well, he's
real relaxed.
No, actually, he's pretty popular over in Singapore. No, I'm serious. Yeah, that's where he come from.
No, I know.
He's from Singapore. He's a big time pilot over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we first got in the hobby, he had a partner named George Thomas, and they would come out. Man, they would do some flying. Man, they were really good pilots. Yeah.
Yeah, they were actually.
They threw down. Andy he was the deal, real deal. Yeah. So when we first got in, we were looking up to those guys. Like Andy would come out. So that was an honor for me actually for him to walk up to me and say, "Hey, listen, you know what? You need to fly turbines." And that's how I ended up starting to fly the turbine jets.
Did he sell you your first turbine?
Huh?
Did he sell you your first turbine?
Of course he did, man. It was,
that's why you needed to fly a turbine.
Overpriced, Like, what the heck?
Here's a sucker.
I didn't even know. I didn't know how much turbines cost.
Well, Victor's on.
You can't call him Victor yet.
All right. Well, no, we're going to change that.
Yeah, wait. Well,
we get a shirt with Wayne on it.
Oh, yeah, he can be Wayne.
There you go.
Then Chris would know Wayne.
Finally, you're gonna meet him.
Yeah, well, that's the goal is to make sure that I get a call sign this year. So
we'll get you one.
Yeah,
we'll figure out something. It's not something you can just
ask for.
You just, it's something that comes out.
Yeah, that just comes out. Yeah, this is my third year flying the Warbird meet. So as I get out there, people are starting to know who I am, how I fly, what my flying style is.
What did you say your name was again?
Cleveland.
He just threw a Darth map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Actually, my name is
That's his alias.
It's officially Cleveland. Yeah, the first name. Yeah.
Now you got a TV show, right?
No, man. Yeah. I know they're black and all, but they don't. No, actually, no. I've never even seen that show.
I never have either.
I see the commercials.
It's weird though because I get a lot of people. Say, your name is Cleveland. Obviously I'm a black American. I've never been to Africa, so I don't know if I'm African American yet.
What?
But
I didn't know
the Cleveland show is a black guy named Cleveland.
I just thought you went to the tanning bed and got locked in there or something.
Yeah, sometimes I think Chad is darker than I am. So.
Maybe. Nice.
Yeah. So
Wait. He's concentrating. He can't do two things at once.
It won't work anyway.
No.
I just got a text message of my wife explaining how she's spending all my money.
Oh, tell her
nice.
stop. Right.
Nice.
Did you put the crossbone emoji up there? Stop.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. And
definitely.
We got some new airplanes coming out. And, we got some B-25s that we'll probably be doing some cool pattern flying.
Chris has
Old
something
and
so
new.
secretive he can't let anybody
that was
know.
it.
No, he does. You know,
Started
I'm
with-
not. I'm not even gonna say what he has because I'm hoping that he just brings it out.
I don't even
because
know
it is really unique. He's had it for at least 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
It's funny.
And if he takes it to the show, I think people are going to be really
It's
impressed
just
with it.
different, but yeah,
It's very different.
I don't even know how it would fly.
Yeah, but to go to the Warbird Classic meet with this airplane would definitely kind of shake it up.
Oh, look at he's
There
at
you
the airport.
Yeah. Oh,
So
God.
hopefully Chris will bring his stealthy airplane out.
Yeah, well, it'd be fun.
Stealthy
whatever.
airplane.
Yeah, I said stealthy. airplane.
Stealthy? Oh.
Maybe
No,
that's
you know
maybe
what?
that's a
It's
clue
kinda-
a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of good to sort of mix and match.
Is it
that's-
older stealthy or newer stealthy?
Is it a F-117?
Oh.
Older or newer? I don't know.
Yes,
Well,
it
you know what? The key is, though, he said I had it
Is
for
it really
like
long?
10 years. Easy. What are we talking about? Oh, airplane.
Airplane.
Oh my God!
Weird. Yeah. What I'm
Swing and
saying.
miss.
I don't know. I don't know.
But
No, actually-
the good part about it is the mix and match. That's the key too for me, more than anything else. I mean, granted, I get lazy on completing planes, like you said, I had it for 10 years. But for me, it's like, man, to try to figure out what I think other people might have to, collaborate with at shows.
Yeah.
And, there's a general,
Flow of
rule to
things,
say,
yeah.
oh, there's a ton of World War IIs and some World War Is that meets.
The last couple of years has been Orange Tar Heel Hells.
Yeah, but
know.
it's kind of cool, again, like we talked earlier about pairing up with people in the air. There's certain people, there's this, how much wiggle room you may have as far as
Yes.
how close they'll be to you or how much
How
role
comfortable.
playing or dog fighting simulated
Yes.
stuff they'll do with you. So based off of it, you can systematically X off certain platforms like, well, such and such is there. I know that guy kinda
Yeah.
doesn't really, I know he's bringing that. And so you try to, just mix and match the best you can.
And that's the nice thing with these events too, that you start flying with these guys on a yearly basis, and you start seeing their flying pattern, your flying pattern, and you can get them all hooked up. So.
Yeah, you get to go out and see all the cool stuff that what they've done to their airplanes and stuff.
Yep.
Really cool. So yeah, mention the matching with our airplanes and kind of showing off your flying skills and ability and stuff like that. It's just some
Or
really
lack
cool
thereof.
Stuff. Or lack
There you
thereof,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever works.
I ain't got it.
The infamous I ain't got it.
There you go.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
7.2.
Well, you would have thought that's what Lee was flying.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I have this one this year.
Heads up. I ain't got it. Heads up. But man, not again.
Yeah, the Warbird and Classic shows. We went to the jet events, Kentucky Jets, and all of it. We kind of hosted the Michigan Jet stuff for years and years and years and stuff like that. So I'm going from 120 miles an hour average speed to down to about
20 with
30.
the pup.
Yeah, with the pup.
So you guys
So that's
take no
actually-
dose or coffee or something to keep awake, right?
No, actually, the funny part about it, my heart beats a little bit more.
Because you're not used to that speed.
When I'm flying the World War II stuff or the World War I stuff, because you really got to do a lot of stick and rudder flying.
Yeah.
And with the jets and stuff, they're putting on gyros and all type of stuff. So once you get it up, just like an airliner, you just put it on cruise control. You know what I mean?
Well, I got a gyro in my Newport 17.
Yeah, you know what? I thought about putting one in my Mustang too. Just to kind of get it to go a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Yeah,
the
I heard
World
you
War
talking
I,
about that. Yeah.
I flew it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you really gotta know how to fluctuate the power to rudder and do all that other stuff. This guy over here, he likes to hover his Mustang. We're at a show. He's like, "Hey, let's hover our Mustang." I'm like, "What?"
It was nice and windy that day.
Yeah,
That was
it's
good.
like
That was
25
fun.
miles an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're the only guys up there flying our Mustang.
They
He
were
was
all
literally
worried.
flying his Mustang backwards.
They
I'm
were
not
there.
kidding. Well,
Oh,
yeah, you
Fox
guys
Valley.
are there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of.
And then some poor
it was
guy-
right down the runway. That was
Yeah,
kinda
some
sweet.
poor guy comes up and he takes tried to do the
Oh,
same
yeah,
thing and
that
crashed
was-
his airplane for a bathroom. Yeah.
I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat.
It's
the way he
exciting.
Try
Yeah,
it,
it's
do
pretty
it.
neat the way it went
Yeah,
in.
he had that P-47.
Yeah, it was a P-47. Yeah.
Like I said, I come not to watch airplanes fly in a circle, but to watch them crash.
Oh, nice. That's
I don't like the crash.
Which is exciting with the story that I hear you're trying. For.
Yeah.
No, but no, that,
We're gonna keep an eye on you.
No,
Right,
Chad.
like
There's
watching-
two different type of crashes, though, right? That's the ones that like don't look good, and it's the one that's fantastic. You know.
Yeah, the one where you just kind
And
of fork the wing up.
if I'm chasing somebody around, and one of us go down, then that's worth it to me.
You want that $6 billion man
Yes.
crash.
Yeah.
Where there's a debris field,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't want to go. I'm on 72 points. I can't. It's gone. I flew away.
I watched one of those, the big Hempel Cubs.
Yeah.
He did a loop. And normally, when you're coming out of a loop, you pull back the throttle. This guy didn't pull back the throttle, and it just hit the ground. And I mean, for 100 feet, it was just debris.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing holding the plane together at that point was the covering. I mean, it was a bunch of balsa inside a trash bag at the end.
Yeah, see, two type of different. You know, like crashing is like it's a part of the hobby. I think if people don't have that whole thing, you know, like I can't crash, then they're not gonna, you know, their flying ability is not gonna be there.
Yeah.
So they're so worried about the airplane. I think I had a crash about a year ago where I flew 7 times in my jet, put it away. The one thing you put it away, you should probably leave it away, right? Took it back out, because Chris and I, we like to, you know, 2 people up there, we took the airplane back out. Guy was talking to me, and it didn't plug up the ailerons. Yeah.
That sucks.
I need them.
I took off, and Chris is spotting for me. He's like, "Hey,
who's this guy?"
They're
other seats.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah, it's the 3 Cs.
We're the 3 Cs.
Yeah, we're the 3 Cs. Yeah, you gotta know that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
You got to have him sit down.
Clubs.
You don't just have to get close to a mic.
Yeah, right. We were joining the
Get in there,
sort of
Curtis.
joining the clubs at the same time.
Yeah, that C weight
Like
over
the
there.
3 Cs.
Yeah, we're the 3 Cs. If you
Easy
didn't
to
know,
find in the crowd.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we kind of stick out, sort of.
Like a sore thumb.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's the guy that kind of got us in the jets and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah. This is the original.
It was
jet.
There you
collective.
go.
Yeah. It was a collective attempt at just getting closer to the stuff we like. Really, I mean, we were already hosting a meet.
All the jet events, and we're working the flight line religiously across a multiple number of years. So
Well, you
have
got
a passion
to introduce
You gotta
yourself.
introduce yourself. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Curtis Wade. I'm
Are you
one
wanted?
of the, no, not
Oh,
yet,
yeah,
not
okay.
quite, not quite, not that I know of anyway.
Okay.
But I'm one part of the clan with Cleveland and Chris. We've been flying RC for about 19 years, a little bit more. So it's been a great.
Now we know who
haul,
the
a
BS
great
of the
ride.
group is.
No, that's true. Curtis, he was a year before.
I was a
us.
little
Oh,
different.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
we're
actually-
18. He's 19.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
And what was funny is that's how we met. If we came up to one of the local flying clubs, and he was flying.
Okay.
Man, you guys should get into it. And we're like, oh, we were kind of in the cars at the time. He said, man, you should check it out. Get into it. You know, it's sweet.
Because I think I had a little 40 size Mustang at the time.
Yeah, yep.
And I was just getting off the trainer, getting acclimated to a Warbird, my first
Okay.
one. It was great. It was a little nitro 40 size
fast.
Warbird,
Angle
fast,
rare.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that thing was funny.
There
You
you
know,
go.
so it was interesting.
Yeah, so that right after that, we went to the local hobby shop, and we're trying to decide whether to get a trainer that was nitro engine or an electric glider, which was weird to say,
Yeah.
but we were like, well, what do you think? You know, yeah, we may or may not like this. I don't know. The nitro, playing around with the stuff, and we ended up getting the nitro
The
trainer.
glider was
You know
more
what I'm saying?
expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually. That's
Yeah,
what
so we're
was
just like,
funny that
whoa,
it came out.
I'd rather get the less expensive one.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that
That's
was
how we
kinda
did
how-
it. Yeah.
Well, it worked out good for you.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
He became-
Otherwise, you'd be up 1,000 feet trying to hit thermals right now.
sorry.
No, he became famous because of this. Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's kind of how we got in. That's how we got started. Yeah, that's how
Nice.
we got
we
us
met
into it,
CW
really.
over there, and he was
Because we were
flying.
just kind of.
Yeah, he's 19 years in, so he was up flying already.
How many days did it take you to learn how to fly?
Well, I'm going to give you the story, so it's going to be interesting. So I got my trainer that September before and the season was ending, and I took the trainer to the field. I wanted to take a look at it. I got one of the guys check it out, and I put it together based on the instructions. And Al Zerber, a good guy that was there, he was kind of training folks. He was testing it and pulling on the surfaces and ripped the rudder off. So I was like, what are you doing? I was furious because I spent a lot of time getting it going and getting it ready to go. So ripped the rudder off. So I said, man. So he said, take it home and fix it. I said, I don't know how to fix this thing. So it took me the winter to to fix it. Not just a rudder. It may seem like a simple thing, but if you haven't done it before, it was a pretty daunting task for me.
Forgive you.
So I'm starting to understand how this works in your area.
I'm the only builder here.
He builds a little, but
So at the same time, I bought a simulator that next year, and I goofed around with the simulator. So came back out there and worked with another guy, Don, and because I had a lot of time on the simulator, I flew quickly. I probably landed my second, third flight, and been flying ever since. But John had me flying inverted the whole time. Fly inverted. It's going to definitely get you acclimated a lot faster. I was like, hey, so it was interesting. But that was my first experience. It was a really, really good time. It was a lot of fun.
Kentucky Jets, Louis Patton.
I don't know if I know him.
You're not a jet guy. That's Louis Patton.
Oh.
The famous Louis Patton.
Yeah?
He has the biggest jet event in the country.
Kentucky Jets.
Definitely. That's a whole other
I don't fly jets.
Right. You know what? Yeah, you're World War I guy.
They don't have a whole lot of jets in World War I.
You put a strap or turban on, want to see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah, so that was...
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
It was really Cleveland's fault.
Yeah.
Usually it's Cleveland's fault.
There you go.
We've heard that.
So carry on with your story.
No, so that's how I really got started into the hobby. Getting the next year, started flying the trainer. It was really great. I still have that trainer at home. It has been through a lot of
Rudder's still not on it.
Fun.
Right. No,
Right. Well, the rudder's on now,
okay.
so it's probably was put on with heights all the time. So it's indestructible at this particular point in time. So it's a lot of fun. And then slowly got just interested in just flying different platforms. I got the Mustang next. I got it actually from Al. Al Zerber bought the 40 size Mustang. It had a 45. I forget what motor was in there. Super Tiger.
Yeah, Super Tiger 45. Seabird, yeah.
And had so much fun with that thing, learning how to fly that. And I think that these guys were kind of getting into or coming out of their trainer platforms at the time. We were looking at goofing around, getting that stuff done. But it's just been a heck of a ride, man. And flying, getting this stuff done. Who's that back there?
You're right. Rusty. But yeah. I mean, so that's kind of, we sort of followed his lead in a sense to get going. And then we just started traveling. Let's go check some shows out.
Yeah.
And
I remember hearing about Joe Knoll for the first time. I said, I'm not driving way down there, flying on 72 and got to wait in the line to fly. So I'm not doing it. I'll fly my local field. The first year that we went, I think it was probably before I first came out. I think it was in 2005, 2006.
Somewhere.
It's probably the first year that we went to Joe Knoll. Went down there and was like, hey, we had a blast. I've been going every year since. Looking at the diversity of aircraft they have out there, looking at different flying platforms, looking at the teams flying, it just actually renewed the passion to a different level, which we said, hey, now we got to get some bigger stuff and start flying even more. So it was kind of interesting to actually get to Joe Knoll for the first year.
I think Curtis's airplane's bigger than my car.
Well, they got some big monsters coming out too.
Yeah.
On the one front. Special stuff next year. Yeah. Well, hopefully later this year, next year.
That's the dummy engine.
Yeah, look at dummy engine. Yeah.
He doesn't fly. He doesn't fly stuff that goes 20 miles.
Well, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's gonna. He's gonna be 80 years old before he does that. Yeah.
Well, the advantage of World War I. You can lose 10 half scales for one of the jets you fly.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think that speed might either way slow way.
For Curtis, no, that's gonna be 80, 90 years old. Yeah.
You know something? I think that once I got into Warbirds, I started getting a lot of Warbirds. I think you get a propensity to fly fast stuff. And I think that's something that you get wired to one way or the other. And looking at different eras of flying, things that you kind of grown up looking at, like, World War II aircraft, looking at Tuskegee Airmen, looking at...
it's our uncle.
Our uncle where?
That's Uncle Vince right there.
Hey, what's going on out there?
That's Uncle Vince, yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody, we're live in Toledo.
Right. Can you tell the resemblance of Uncle Vince?
What's shaking?
Yep, there's a little bit.
We're out here for a good time.
He's adopted.
Yeah, we're live.
Hey, we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Come on back.
More Toledo shenanigans.
We got the auction going on tonight. It's going to be hot. Bring your money.
There you go.
Oh, boy.
Check it out.
He's getting a little too excited. I had to turn the mic down.
There you go. All right, well, you're here now. You got to introduce yourself.
Yeah,
good.
Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah. No, who are we talking?
He's trying to figure out what show this is.
Don't worry about that yet.
Hello, everybody. I'm Vince Blasky, and I'm from the Novi Walled Lake area, Michigan.
All right, Chad, your cue. Michigan.
Oh, I already made fun of Michigan.
I know you have.
How many
You know
times do I
what?
have
There's
to make
always
fun of
next
Michigan?
year.
We've established that Wisconsin is in Canada, so yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, that all works. But, you know, we're the good old boys, and we represent a lot of the flying clubs when we go out
Wait a
of
second.
town.
Wait. Is this the guy that was flying the Moresy Bravo?
Yeah.
I remember him.
He's famous already, yeah.
It's all coming back to me now.
Spar check.
Well,
Canada's back.
Oh, see now, we got Canada
Hey,
here.
apparently I'm part of Canada now.
Canada flag?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you are.
Yeah.
They say Wisconsin might as well be Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
the rate you guys are going, we all be
I
one
do
country.
that sometimes at the
There you go.
That's not live.
Well, it's being recorded.
Oh, no.
They can't really hear you anyway, so you don't have a mic.
Let's
We're
take a
right
caller.
there.
Is there a caller out there? Let's take a caller. No, come on.
All right, there you go.
No question.
Let's take a call. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
There you go.
It's not a Q&A session.
Oh boy.
Who let this guy? Oh,
Good company, by the way.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't know Wayne though.
What's this all about? These shirts.
Yeah. Are you from that area?
You
of
want to buy
Canada?
one?
No, where do you guys walk? Who are you walking? What
Okay.
channel? From?
Okay, wait a minute.
What channel? It's
What's that?
Me and Chad's podcast.
Right from my house.
All right.
Great. We need to do a
Yeah, I always
video
make
stream
fun.
next
You know,
year.
everybody thinks of
We're not
Canada.
that
being north.
photogenic.
Everybody I know from Canada, I got to
people
go
like to
south to
see.
get to their house. You know.
Well, we occasionally put it on there. We do got a camera on them. Occasionally.
Oh, all that time there. I'll start over. Bring that camera over.
Well, the
buddy.
SD card's been full
I'm
for
good
like
as
2
we.
hours.
What's going on now?
My name is Wade.
So he was
Wait,
asking
wait.
about the shirts.
Excuse me, I'm not done talking.
He wanted to be on the
Yeah, so if
on the
you can,
camera.
Hey, everybody,
Vince, you
my
can
name's
either
Good
buy
as
the
we.
shirt. There's two ways you can get the shirt. You can
Yeah.
either buy it or you get to shoot Chris down and you get a free one.
Yeah.
But you got to shoot it down in front of me or Chad.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot him down?
So you get a free one if you get to shoot him down.
So Chris will be shot down this year.
yeah, I told you. It's,
Basically,
It's been a
what
long
the whole goal of the show or of the
Of this
season,
season.
is to have Chris crash one of his airplanes.
Yeah, exactly.
Instructions.
And Chris, you can't help these guys. You can't physically do it on your own to help one of these guys win.
So what it is if I shoot Chris down, I'll get a call sign.
Shirt.
A shirt and a call sign.
Shirt and a call sign.
I said, what's the value?
He's the
of
world
that?
famous Chris
I guess
Tucker. I
He
don't-
likes it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Enough incentive for him to win.
I like Batman and Robin. I'm like Robin right now. So. Yeah.
But Robin doesn't shoot down Batman. What's going on with that?
Yeah, there's an issue with that.
Well, he got the penguin got in there somewhere, you know, injected him with something.
I'm so tired. What is this?
Take one.
Get informed. Yeah.
That's sweet, man.
He doesn't
I'll tune
even
in when I leave.
he doesn't even know the show he's on. It's great.
We just found them somewhere.
He's all over our
It's a
airplane.
random pass.
There you go. Take two. Put another one on there.
When we go to Joe No, put them all on.
There you go.
You guys aren't going to crash at Joe No next year, right?
I'm not going to
yeah.
John Hall.
Oh, then you're not crashing.
Yeah, that's right. See?
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys all have these great fun memories of Joe Knoll. I have memories of being stuck underneath the blue tent all week in the hot sun.
Sweat,
You know,
no air movement.
Oh, yeah. Now it rings the bell. Why aren't you going?
Huh?
Why are you not going?
Work.
You got
Work,
airplanes?
Yeah.
Work. Somebody's got a
New
pup.
life.
So guys, this is the key to Joe No. I'll give you the key right now. It won't take long. When you go to Joe No, you want to fly at all of the different venues. So you need a trail bike. That way you can get moving to all the different airfields. There's a helipad. There's the racehorse track. There's an electric one, and there's a 3D line as well. So if you get to all of them, you won't be stuck under a tent because you're riding your trail bike around to the different flight lines. And then there's some good trails that we actually go on as well, and we ride the trails. So there's
Trails?
Yeah, there's lots.
I didn't
of
know
trails
anything
that
about the
we-
trails.
Oh,
See?
we do a lot of exploring.
You can come and do
When we
other
go
things.
to Joe No, it's a blast.
They all
It's a lot
got
of fun.
scooters and trail
Well,
bikes and stuff.
I had that Ural I could have taken. I mean,
Yeah.
we could have had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot
That's
of
where
fun.
Joe went.
That's nice radio. Did we win that?
No, it's
Yeah,
Did I win
There-
that?
We're selling raffle tickets for it.
$300. There's $300 a ticket. 10 tickets minimum. Your odds are pretty good.
Okay. There's some booths selling props that look like that. Did you see them over there somewhere?
They look like a DX-18.
That's Falcon.
I bet you the coefficiency sucks on them.
Yeah.
No, they got them decked up like
Falcon,
American flags
Falcon
and stuff.
selling those.
Watch your mouth.
Steve Thomas.
Falcon who?
Falcons.
Yeah.
So did you ask these guys about anything they bought today? Somebody out of the Three Musketeers got a plane today.
Oh, man, that's old news. You should have been here like an hour ago.
Yeah, we've been here an hour. That's why the SD card's full.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to,
We've uploaded it twice
I had to
now.
switch over to a different memory stick.
A lot of hot air going on here.
Oh, heck yeah.
Now
Oh,
that
yeah.
nobody's listening to our show anymore.
And the show's almost over now.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost 5 o'clock.
It's almost 5.
It is almost Christmas
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, in conclusion.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
They're going to kick
I
us
guess-
out in a second anyway.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got to tear this shit down before 5 o'clock.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, thanks
It
for
was.
coming on,
Definitely,
guys.
guys.
Man. Yeah,
Good
good
stuff.
deal, yeah.
We should do this more often.
Yeah.
All right.
And keep
Thanks
up
for
to
letting
date.
us be on the show.
Well, we are
Hey,
going to be
so
doing
you
the-
guys know, I've been trying to call Chris and saying, "Hey, Chris, you need to
Let's
get
get
on
on
the
this."
podcast. Call your
Yeah.
buddies up. Let's all get,
Yeah.
But he just ignores my
just-
Are
calls.
you kidding? He ignores all of our calls.
Oh, we're one of you guys then.
Yeah, no, don't
right.
take it personal.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it via Skype
I feel
too.
better
So if
now.
you guys ever
Yeah,
want to
see-
join in on
yeah,
another one later,
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Well, after I get my shirt, then you can have me back on.
Oh,
There we go.
Yeah.
But he's going down this year, but you won't see him fly a 0 because he's scared.
Yeah.
Who's
I
that?
have-
Cleveland?
Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a platform built to fly right through it. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was
But
saying,
I'm
you're
gonna
not
do
the
it
only
safely.
one.
I love these guys.
Yeah. Curtis can't stand that 0. That 0.
Tell him why,
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah, well,
does
Curtis.
that right.
Because the canopy flies off of it?
No, Curtis.
all the time.
Curtis is a red-blooded American. Like this dude won't. If he access anything, oh boy.
So that's why Curtis don't like my airplane.
Exactly,
America.
yeah, exactly. Like a 0, a Falk with anything. No, you don't want it in the air.
The way that the United States was negotiating with the Japanese, and they snuck attacked us.
Yes.
And I take that to heart.
Oh, the sneak attacks
So,
with Curtis? Oh no.
No sneak
Right.
attacks.
Yeah.
If I am negotiating with you in good faith, now I'm taking you at your word. Don't sneak attack me when we're negotiating.
See how
That's just
serious
not
you got
right.
on
Man,
that?
he is.
Man.
on that.
check
I have
out
a
the
problem
new
with that.
edition.
Yeah.
New RC trailer. We got another one.
Yet again, we just get this
Look at
random.
That's Vince again.
There it is.
Yeah.
He's got trailer porn going on evidently on his phone.
16 7 wide.
I guess that ends the show, huh?
Yeah.
Picked up
Yeah,
that
it's
came
kinda
with the
sad, ain't
trailer.
it?
All right. Well, thanks for being part of the
Yes.
show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys. All right, bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Good stuff, fellas.
Cast my bets at the Surfing Club. 21 is the game that I love. Roll them dice and shoot them craps. Stick around, cause I am coming back. And I know someday I'm gonna make it big. I hang out, waiting for another hit. Well, I lost my cool down in Monte Carlo. Better off in a cheaper casino. Spend all my times on them velvet tables. Losing my mind whenever I am able. And I know someday I'm gonna make it real.